up? What's up?
Hello there, party people
Hello
out there in Twitch
in the
lands.
Tweeterverse. Oh,
In
okay.
the Tweeterverse. Oh, but you know
Uh,
what? We can't say that anymore. Isn't it X now? X, X, X.
it'll always be the Tweeterverse for me.
I know. Yes, same,
I
same.
I I'm officially can say I'm old, so. But
You know, I can say the same, but I am learning to embrace it. Like, yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah,
Because before I was like, oh my God, I'm getting old. And yeah, I mean, I am getting old, but I appreciate it a little bit more now that I'm in my 40s and everything is it's what it
I
is.
feel like I get
I'm
like
learning to appreciate.
I feel like I get dramatic about it like right before like my
Oh,
birthday.
no. Yeah.
Aw, y'all
Me
are
too,
not
same.
old, lol.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, I am.
No, same.
Wise. But,
I
like,
feel
I get
like before
mostly
my
dramatic.
birthday, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, I'm what? 38? I'll be
Oh God, you're so
39.
young. Oh my God.
Eek.
I feel like I
But
feel like I'm
whatever.
your big sister.
Well, yeah, I'm your big sister,
You're
too.
such a baby.
So are you. So are you. I hear you both.
Yeah. Whoop,
Yay.
whoop, 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 whoop. So, do you think we should tell S dot now or later that I had to switch computers at the last second, but was able to seamlessly get everything hooked
Well, I feel like you just did it, so I guess now.
up? Round of applause.
Rounds of applause for you. I was able to
No, I
semi
have to.
start this by myself.
Oh, you were? No, you did awesome. You did so awesome.
S. Dot
So,
said, "Proud parent moment."
oh,
Now,
I have a couple of proud moments that happened today. Like I
oh,
have
that's good.
I wanted to like surprise you, I guess, but so yeah, I have like bad news and then I have good news and then I have exceptional news.
Okay,
So, which one do you want first? Do you want bad, good, or exceptional?
I like bad first.
Oh, me too. Same. So, apparently, I have okay, so you know how I had like my umbilical hernia like repaired, blah blah blah, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So apparently what I've been doing was opening my hernia. So before
Oh,
my surgeon fixed it, it was like this. After my surgeon fixed it, it was like and now it's like this.
oh,
So basically, if I want to work on my abs, I would have to have my basically my abdomen stitched together.
oh.
And unfortunately, yeah, and unfortunately it is not laparoscopic. It is an open surgery, but like I mean it is a major surgery, but it's relatively safe. My oh, really? So I'm sorry. I just got a message from the husband. He says I sound low. Oh my goodness. Hold on.
Can you turn yourself up a bit?
I can. I can. Hold on. Let's see. Can I?
Burp.
Yes. Hold on.
Okay,
How about now? Is that better?
that is better. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, yes, I thought it was OBS, and then I'm like, wait, no, 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 no. I do not remember this from S. Dot University. So I turned the gain up on my in my interface.
Not the S. Dot University. Oh
Oh
Lord.
my gosh. But what was oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So
So you're
in
hernia.
order for me to yeah, like focus on like targeted abs, I would have to get like basically my abdomen like reconstructed.
Is that
Oh,
something
thank
you
you,
want to do?
baby. So it's funny that you say that because after talking to my husband
Yeah.
and basically S dot said S dot University coming to an interwebs near you.
Oh my God, sounds like a scam.
Oh my god, do you remember those like what were they like? ICDC, like DeVry University.
Definitely a scam.
Yes, definitely a scam. Definitely. Okay, so that's the bad news, which isn't bad. It's not bad at all. And actually, yes. So to answer your question, yes, I am totally for it. So
Okay.
basically, what he has to do is because he doesn't do like that particular surgery, which kind of
Mm-hmm.
sucks, but he doesn't do that particular surgery. But
He'd have to refer
he
you
has a
out.
team really good. Yeah. And he basically said that he'll, figure out who's the best for me and like my particular case. And then he'll
Oh,
have his nurse contact me, which I have a very amazing relationship with her.
oh,
Oh, so the good news.
that's good.
The good news. So the good news is I had my 2-year post-op appointment today
Oh my God,
where
2 years.
it's can you believe it? On the
I
11th,
cannot.
it'll be 2 years. And I went to go like see everybody. So it was kinda like yeah, it was, like, super embarrassing because, like,
Why?
they watched the news, like, that interview that I did, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, no." Like, there's one lady that worked there that I didn't know because the last time I was there, it was, like, a year ago.
Uh huh.
So, I'm walking up and I'm, like, trying to check in, and then all of a sudden, I just hear, like, "Oh, that's the girl from the news," and I'm like, "Oh, no. Like,
Oh,
please no.
like you want an
Please no."
autograph or what?
No, y'all don't see me. I am John Cena, okay? Like, I'm not
John C.
here. I am not here. Yeah, you can't see me. Bruh.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
didn't watch wrestling like that. No, I was like Undertaker kid, like
Oh my god, I
maybe some
love her.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Loved Stone Cold
Uh,
Steve
a little bit
Austin.
of The Rock. When they were telling people
I
to this it.
yeah, oh, X-Pac and all those guys.
Yeah,
You know, so I like The Rock. I don't like The Rock now. I think I just kind of feel like I don't know. I just don't like him now. But I did love him back in his Brummel Bull days. Like, yeah,
I didn't think anything of him back then. Um, he's fine, I guess. He's okay.
he's fine.
Yeah. But like
Oh
I
my
liked
gosh,
Undertaker. Undertaker was like my
me
favorite.
too.
But that was
Yeah,
like my mom's favorite too,
yeah.
so maybe that's partially why. Like the Undertaker,
Honestly,
I did like seeing Stone Cold Steve Austin,
yeah.
and I feel like there's somebody else I liked, but it escapes me now.
Yeah, I know. There were so many superstars, WWE
It was it was cool
superstars.
seeing the Miz be a part of it though, because like I remember watching him on like Road Rules or Real
Real
World or
World.
whatever that
Yep.
was on, yeah,
Mhm.
and him always talking about how he
So,
wanted to be a
interesting
wrestler
fun
and stuff.
fact. I live near where he grew up. Oh my god, that is
Oh, you meant
cool.
Stone Cold Steve
That's really
Austin?
cool.
I think, yeah,
That's really
I
cool.
don't remember Triple H, but I feel like I do, but I don't. But yeah, that's cool
Oh
about Stone
god.
Cold Steve Austin. I mean,
I feel like if you saw him, you would know exactly
I'm
who he
pretty sure, I
was.
feel like he
Hunter
has
Hearst
long
Helmsley.
hair. Doesn't he have
Yep.
long hair?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
was
Yep.
like, because when I lived in Tampa, I worked at
Mhm.
like this club that had like the WE people come in for like
Mhm.
something, for like for their TV show. So that was pretty
Mhm.
cool. But I don't remember, like, I think there was like a tall, like Irish, I have no idea. There was one guy that was
Oh,
there.
that really sucks. I am so sorry, but I
Why?
just read what S. Dot
My favorite wrestler
wrote,
was the Ultimate Warrior
and
until I met
that
him at
is
UConn.
really unfortunate because that's my husband's favorite wrestler as well. So, that sucks. That sucks.
What did
But
Bell, what happened?
hmm?
Like what? Okay, you said so. You read something, and then what happened?
Oh yeah. So basically, S. Dot said that his favorite wrestler was the Ultimate Warrior,
Uh huh.
and then but he met him at UConn, and basically he was a dick. So yeah,
Oh, you'd
yeah,
never want to
that
meet your
sucks.
heroes. I love Christina Aguilera, but I don't know if I'd ever want to meet her because if she disappoints me, I might punch her in the face.
That is pretty specific.
I don't know. Like, I literally, like, I love Christina Aguilera. I remember one time
Yeah.
I was in, like, the break room and one of the girls was saying, like, Lady Gaga was copying Christina Aguilera. I said, are you out of your fucking mind? And she was like, what? I was, like, aggressively, like, mean, and I'm not even sure. Like, I do know why. I like Christina Aguilera. Guilty.
Yeah.
Lock me up.
Yeah. You're a
I
fan.
I love
Okay.
her. But if I met her and she
Good.
did something like that
Yeah.
I hated, I'd be like, I might have to hit
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You've ruined my life.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Let's see. Who would I be disappointed with if they were?
To disappoint you.
Yeah. I'm trying. I don't know. Let me get back to you on that.
Get back
because I
to
know
us.
it's someone.
I mean, most
I
of
know
my
it's
faves,
someone.
like, honestly, are not with us anymore. Like, so there's not really.
Mhm.
Only Christina Aguilera is a person that, like, if I met and she disappointed me, I'd be like, oh man. Everyone
Yeah.
else, I don't really have any kind of, like, I like them, but I don't have any, like,
Mhm.
I don't have them at, like, a pedestal, kind of. I know
Yeah.
that's weird to say, but, like,
Yeah.
it's true. It's really true. He is
Yeah.
punching Christina
No,
LOL.
I'm with you.
No. I would just be so disappointed. But yeah, everyone else, I'm
I
just like,
know. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're kind of crappy at some point. I mean, honestly, I feel like I would, I don't know. I feel like I would like Cardi B in real life. I feel like it.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
Mhm. Yeah.
But if she did something that
I
disappointed
really
me,
like her.
I like wouldn't be like, I'd be like, oh, okay, that makes
Not
sense.
shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll punch Buster Rhymes next time I see him. Oh my. Why? Estelle, why would you do that? I don't think you really want to battle with him or whatever he did.
Do you remember the one guy, the skinny guy that was always like,
Oh.
in the videos?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I remember that. But why did he try to kill you? Janet Jackson. I think if I met her and she disappointed me, I'd be super sad.
Oh my god!
I wouldn't
Because I
punch
was
her
like,
though.
wait,
I wouldn't punch her though.
Busta tried to kill S. Dot over Janet Jackson.
Yes. They fought to the death. Guess who died?
But I really, I need to know how he tried to kill you. Like, that's crazy. I need to hear this.
He's probably typing up a paragraph as
If
we
you
speak.
really want to battle with me. Yeah, Belle, if you really want to battle with me. You know what? Oh, so really quickly, before I forget, which I did, but again. So that's the good news.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, no. Appointment
Bad
went
news.
great.
So
Yeah,
now,
bad news. The good news. Appointment went great.
okay, cool.
I see him next year. Well, I see him later this year, but
Next
I'll tell you
Tuesday?
why. But I see him next year. I see him next year, and everything's great. So the exceptional news is, drum roll. brrr. So apparently, the hospital has a conference every year,
Mm.
and I have been asked to speak at the conference because
Oh, that's
my
nice.
dumbass didn't know that my surgeon was the surgeon over the entire program. I just thought he was a surgeon, right? So yeah. So he's like telling me like exactly like his plan for like my presentation, and it was really cool. So
Aw.
super.
Is he gonna pay
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yes, of
Good for
course.
Yay!
Actually, no, I should bill the hospital for oh, we were doing it. Oh. Okay, so
Maybe the
that
star was the
okay.
skinny one?
The skinny well, it's Spliff, that was his name. And well, the grain alcohol. So
Moonshine?
there was a story we were watching, and it was like an expose or something,
Mm-hmm.
like 2020, and it was specifically about kids who, died in college, basically. Like
Oh.
whether it was murder, accidental, well, it was all like murder. But so,
Eek.
and speaking of grain alcohol, baby, if you remember the name of it, because it was something I like I'm the, moonshine expert, but I had only really ever experienced Everclear, but this was like something else. It was like a two-name alcohol. But anyway, he drank like the one of the fraternity brothers like they were picking on this kid, and there was one brother in particular that like honed in on this child. Well, he was 18, but
Still a
on this
child.
baby, this yeah, like like yeah. So he honed in on this child and like made him like drink so much of this like 90% alcohol,
He
and he yeah.
died.
So
Aw, that's super
yeah,
sad.
yeah, and it kind of changed the whole like hazing thing. I feel like it was I can't remember but it was like a really good school, like something you've heard of, so
Yeah.
yeah, it
Oh,
was really unfortunate.
eek.
Really
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I wanted to join. Well, rest in peace to that person. But I did want to join
Yeah.
a sorority,
Yeah.
but I was like, I don't want to get hazed, and I feel like if they start
Yeah.
hazing me, I'm like, is this hazing?
Yeah.
I feel like you're hazing me.
Right, like, this feels a little hazy.
I'm gonna say no. How about that?
And don't get me wrong, I get it. Like, I have so many, like my cousin, I have close friends. Well, it's just one close friend, but very entrenched in Greek life. So I get it. At that like being a person on the outside
I do feel like it's a
of
missed
Greek,
opportunity.
that happened.
I wish I would have
Yeah,
done it,
yes.
but
You
I
wish you would have done it.
yeah, but then
No,
but
like
also you have to pay to get into it. I was not like
yeah.
super like
Oh, see, I didn't know you had to like pay to
well, you
get
have to pay
in.
dues to stay
Your dues,
active. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you join
That
like
makes
the palm
sense.
people kind, they're more
Mhm.
expensive, and if
Yeah,
you
of course.
join, the non-palm people kind, they're
Mhm.
still, a good amount of
Yeah,
change.
you
But
like you still have to pay, but
and then
it's
I
not
guess like
as
in my head, I kept thinking like I don't want to have to pay for friends, but you were really paying for connections, but like that wasn't computing in
yeah.
my head at that time. Like,
Yeah. Well, that is one of the reasons why my one friend wanted I mean, but he kind of had like a really bad experience because he is a gay man. And this fraternity, it's like a popular fraternity, and even though like one
milk
of
it,
the
milk it.
higher up people invited him in, once he started the proceedings, and keep in mind this was like as an adult, I guess there's like a second tier of joining for, like
Yeah, you can
an
either you can
organization.
join undergrad or you can join graduate. So I kind of thought maybe I'll
Okay.
go to grad, like I'll do the grad one as opposed to doing
Hmm.
undergrad. But then like I never went to like
Undergrad.
grad school, and I didn't know if
Hmm.
you like had to be in grad school to actually join. So I was like, well, bleh.
Yeah.
But
Right, yeah, like I don't know the ins and outs either, girl, but I do know that not moose side moo milk,
weirdo.
moose side moo milk it, milk it, milk it.
It was
Hits
the
from Oh my
hits from
gosh,
the
I
streets.
remember Hits from the
What
Streets
hits from
on
the streets?
BET.
Oh,
Oh my gosh. Do you remember How High? Remember the kid with the oh
I
gosh.
got money. I
Was
get
it I
money.
Got Money?
Yeah, like grills
Yeah,
in
I
his
think
teeth.
that was
I
yeah. I
need
need
money.
money. I
Well, yeah,
need money. Yes,
we
that was
talked about
Hits.
that. Someone had said that. Oh, one of the streams we did, and I was like, I
Yeah.
need money.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Ah, so funny.
I love how things come back around.
Oh, they always do.
They always do.
I said,
Always.
shit, me too, and we started making it together. LOL. What?
Ah,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
hubby
yeah.
said he remembers Hits from the Streets. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember Sita's World? She was like
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
cartoon.
She was like a little animated woman dancing in the background
Yes,
to the
with a
song.
really bad attitude. She's like, yes, yes,
Whatever
yes,
she
yes.
did. Yeah, I
She
do.
did used to do that. Oh my God. You know what? Those were the days.
The
Like,
curvy
I just
computer
miss.
lady.
Right. Right. Yes.
I do miss
Yeah.
like music videos. Like I used to love like that's what
Yeah.
makes me love songs. Like seeing a really
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
music video. Like there was some
Yeah.
song that I did not like, but then I saw the music video and I was like, "Oh my god, I love
That's
this.
happened to me before.
I love
Yeah, that's
this."
happened
Like
to me before.
then I
Yeah.
like become like obsessed and like I don't need to see the music video.
Yeah.
I just like hear the song and like the music video like plays in my head. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's totally happened to me
But then I
before.
also hate when
Yeah.
I like see a music video and I'm like, ugh, like
Mhm.
who made you do this? Like this is not right. Like this doesn't even go with the
Yeah.
song. Ew.
Oh yeah. Oh, listen. Yeah. Oh yeah. There were so many videos. You watch them and you're like, Oh yeah.
Who
But I'm
approved
trying to
this?
think. Right, right, right.
Off with their head.
And I'm trying to think some of my like favorite music videos from back in the day. Man, I had so many though.
Oh my
Like,
god. I remember recording them like on like VHS.
yeah.
Like I
Yes.
recorded like Can I Get a Britney's Baby One More Time. What else did I
Oh,
have? I had
I
Hot in
love
Here.
Hit Me Baby One More
What
Time.
else did I have on there?
Love that.
I don't know, but I remember those were like
Yeah.
my things. Those were my
Yeah.
favorite, and I'm like, oh, not ill, Nana. What is the one from
Oh, Foxy Brown.
Yeah, it was Foxy Brown and Jay Z. Can I Get a?
Can I?
I
No,
was
that was a mill.
obsessed.
It was
No, oh, it was a mill. My bad. My bad. It was.
it was oh, I
Can I
know
get it?
the
It was.
Jay-Z Foxy one.
But no,
I know that
I'm not
one.
talking about Jay Z Foxy. I meant Emil because it
You were
was
talking
the
about Jay-Z
yeah, it was on
ML.
the Rush Hour soundtrack, and then
Yep.
obviously
Yeah.
Aaliyah. Hello,
Oh,
she
you
was in my
loved
mix.
Aaliyah.
I'm obsessed. I love Aaliyah.
She
Yeah.
was gorgeous. Absolutely
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
Mm,
I loved her.
man. And
I
I
was
think has it
devastated when
been
she passed. I have no idea,
I was
but I
gonna
was
say,
devastated. I was
well,
devastated.
the anniversary of it just came around or something,
I'm
right?
sure it did. Emil had the
Yeah,
brows
Emil
that
had them
everybody
brown.
wanted. She
You
did,
know
and she
what?
rocked them
She
very well.
did. She did. She did. She did. She sure
Trendsetter
did. I
ain't
wonder
even
what
know it.
happened to her.
I don't know. Hopefully she's living well. Is that the
Yeah,
one that married
hopefully.
Genuine or no?
No, that's Soleil.
Oh yeah. Soleil married Genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Which I used to want
Yeah.
Genuine and Aaliyah to be together like all the time, and then
Really?
they're like we're brother sister kind of like not real life, but like
Yeah,
ew.
yeah.
And I think he's way older than her too. But yeah, so nice,
Yeah.
so nice.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm like reminiscing on those days. It was great back
Back in the day when I was young, I'm
then.
not a
Yes.
kid anymore. But some days I sit and
Some
wish I
days
was a
I
kid
wish I
again.
could go back. Or wish I could go back again? Or
Wish
kid
I was a
again?
kid
I
again.
do not remember. I think
Probably
it's
they probably
I
say
think
it
it's
both
both.
ways. I have no idea. You know
Yeah.
who cares? It's our song now.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Colonized.
Did you say God?
Ended.
And what about it? Remember that Ariana Grande meme? And what about it?
No, I don't remember,
No,
but it
I'm
sounds
like,
funny.
damn, you don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean,
I'll have
understand
to
the
find
sass.
it and send it to
I
you.
understand the sass behind it, so I got it. The vibes are there. The vibes are there.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know, but I
Yes.
know.
Exactly.
And yes,
Exactly.
definitely send
That's all
me.
that matters.
Yeah, definitely
I
send me.
will for sure. It's so cute too because it's like she's like kind of looking over her it's I swear it's like she's on the carpet and she kind of looks over and I swear if I'm remembering correctly I think she said like and what about it, so I think that's where it started. I'm like remembering in my
Oh,
head like she kind of I remember her mouthing the words like and what about it, so yeah I'll have to find it and send it to you.
yes, please do. I need it ASAP in my life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So my oldest
Okay.
had a kind of a not so great day, but in his defense, so okay, he goes through these periods where he does not like to sleep. And I don't know if that is due to like the diagnosis. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't know what this is, but there are days where it does not matter. Like he just cannot sleep. So unfortunately, last night was one of those days. So he had speech therapy today at 4 o'clock. And, I set everything up because it's virtual.
Yeah, yeah.
And he said, mm-mm. And I tried to bribe him because his teacher, she's like just sitting there like or his intervention or blah blah
Yeah,
blah
yeah.
therapist. Sorry.
No
But she's
worries.
just sitting there like, like, what are we gonna do? So I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, DJ, I said, either you have your lesson and it's over with, or no iPad for the rest of the day. He's like, no iPad, I'm going to bed.
Oh,
She totally understood. So we
yeah.
have a tentative schedule for Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and she wants me to email her because she wants to see how he's doing. And
Yeah.
if he's like, then we'll just reschedule. So
Well, that's good and very considerate of him. But yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Like with us, like if they don't get enough like outside time, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
definitely it's very hard because they have so much
Yeah.
energy or whatever. And then my kid,
Mm-hmm.
my oldest, is definitely like a teenager. He literally will sleep forever. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, luckily we don't. We just do homeschool, so we can homeschool at
Mm-hmm.
any time we want. So it's not too
Yeah.
stressful. But I can't imagine if I had to like physically take him somewhere. Like I literally have to tell if we're gonna plan to go somewhere outside of the house, I have to tell him the day before, like, hey, I need you to go to bed like now because
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake you up early in the morning. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then like when I wake him up in the morning, I then have to like come back a couple different times, like, all right, it's time to start waking up.
Yeah.
Okay, you
I
got
can
like
definitely
10
see that
minutes.
for number one. And you know what, honestly, Key, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. So,
Do it.
I think I talked to you about this before, like us looking at different schools because
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
the caveat with him being homeschooled, but him also being on the spectrum is that I do think he can benefit from being more social, like socializing with other kids on a regular basis because academically he's there, but my baby is so socially awkward.
Well,
Like, I
aren't we
mean,
all?
very true. But there was one instance where we went to tour an
Mm-hmm.
academy and he's like standing behind me, and it was like the kids, they were changing like classes, and it was this one kid, and he just literally comes right up to my son, hands him like this little figurine, and he's just like talking to him, and my kid, he tucks behind me and he's like, "Oh, I don't know about this, mom." And he was like so like anxious and like stressed out. And it really because number one, I had never like seen him that anxious before,
Mm-hmm.
but it was kind of like eye-opening because mom guilt. I was like, "Oh my God, am I doing a disservice by like keeping him home?" Because the plan is to homeschool the other two.
Mm-hmm.
That was always the plan. And honestly, even if we decide on a school, well, there's one school. If we go to that school,
Yeah.
then the other two will still be homeschooled.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of like one of those things where it's like, am I doing the right thing? And I hate that feeling because I feel in my heart that I am, but I'm still like, am I doing the right thing?
Well,
It's
yeah. I mean, you'll never know if you're doing the right thing until like
Mhm.
you don't until you know, right? Like you never
Right.
know until
Yeah.
you know that you either did the wrong thing
Right.
or the right thing, and even then it'll still probably be a like could I have done something different?
Yeah.
But do you have like a homeschooling group that like you can hang out with or that like
So, honestly, I tried. I did. It's a very particular situation, and what I mean by that is either the the really like well-versed homeschool moms are like far away from me, because what I have noticed, because I'm in like the city proper, like the municipality or whatever,
mm-hmm.
and I noticed in the city there's not a lot of homeschool parents or families.
Yeah.
So I did notice that most of the ones that are like, listen, we've been doing this for years, if you have any questions, they're like 2 hours away, hour, you know what I mean?
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's like that. And then also too, if I do find someone that's like pretty local, I don't know. I honestly, I
So
of the people that I found.
my
Oh, I'm sorry, go
suggestion
ahead.
no, go ahead. My suggestion I'm telling you go ahead, I'm still talking.
I
Anyways,
know. I knew what you meant, girl. I knew what you meant.
my suggestion would be like to see if those people who are like 2 hours away wouldn't mind meeting you
Mhm.
halfway someplace.
Yeah,
Because
that's a
like
good
the very
idea.
first girl I met,
Mhm.
she was like 45 minutes almost.
Mhm.
I think she's like 45 minutes, almost an hour away from me.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Well, why don't we meet up halfway?" And then she's like, "Do you know a place?" And I'm like, no." And she was like, "Oh, here's a place we
Yeah.
can meet up at. Like, and then the kids can hang out. We can see,
Yeah.
if we vibe or whatever."
Yeah.
And that's what we did. And then she ended up meeting other people that just so happened to be closer to me. So
Yeah.
that worked out for
Like
me.
just being in that area.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, our only issue is that like transportation, so sometimes I can't get out there all the time or whatever, but like I
Yeah.
obviously like I can message them, and then they haven't
Yeah.
like my kids, well my oldest is older than
Hmm.
their group, but
Then
they're like,
they're okay.
yeah, they're mostly like around the age of my second. So
Okay.
that's my only like problem now, is trying to find like a kid for my oldest kid.
Mhm.
And then I met one, but like that kid goes to school. So,
Yeah.
which is fine that they go to school, but then it's like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
have that kid. And then like
Yeah.
the times that, you know, whatever. So I
Yeah.
just need to find a
Yeah.
kid that like is around my kid's age. Would prefer a little bit older, just because like I've noticed with him, like if he's around older kids, he like tends
Mhm.
to like pick up their
Like, mhm.
mannerisms or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But then it's also hard when you like, so like we were in the library, he met a
Mhm.
kid, and then I like went up to the mom and I was like, hey, my son enjoyed like talking to your kid, do you want to like do like a play date, like we exchanged numbers, and
Mhm.
then just like nothing. So I was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not my
Yeah.
kid or me. It's obviously that person. Like,
Yeah, absolutely. You know what?
poor them
That
for having
actually
bad taste.
right. But that actually made me remember something. So,
Okay.
when my son was being diagnosed, like going through the evaluation process,
Mm-hmm.
I did meet another mom, and her son was also going through the evaluation process. And he was quite a bit older. I remember he was 14
Mm-hmm.
and my baby was 8, or
Yeah.
and but cognitively, right, her son was more like closer to my son's age.
Mm-hmm.
So I do remember, now that you say that, we were texting for a while, but life happened. And but if I remember her name, I may want to reach out to her and see how she's doing.
I think you
I have to
should.
look through my phone
Yeah, because I think
because
you
I'm like,
should.
oh my god, what was her name?
I would totally do that because what was it?
Yeah,
There was like
yeah,
a I joined. You know, I joined a bunch of groups, right? So I joined a group
yeah.
where like kids were like doing gaming stuff, and they were
Mhm.
doing like Minecraft,
Oh, that's
but
pretty cool.
they were like, oh, we only want like this age group that my oldest
Oh,
is not
yeah.
in. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So that blows, but whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like the person we'll have a friend soon.
Yeah.
But like he doesn't want to do anything else though, because we try to do like karate. He was not into that.
He
Um,
wasn't.
no, but he didn't like the way the instructor was teaching.
Oh, valid.
So yeah,
It is what it is.
it is what it is. So there's that. So I mean, and he's very much like he's not like he doesn't do well. Like you know how your son was saying like, oh, like do this or lose the
Yeah.
iPad. My son would be like, yeah, I'm done with the iPad. Like there's no
Yeah.
like
Yep.
bribing him. Like he's like,
Yeah.
if I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it.
Same. And I don't know
Can you
why I
not
still
hear?
try to bribe him.
Can
Like
you not hear?
because girl.
It's hard out here. It's hard out here.
It is. It is.
But
And then the worst part about it is like, because obviously, like, we love our kids, yada yada yada. But but with that, it is it's thankless. And they're kids, they don't do it on purpose, but sometimes I am like, my husband always reminds the boys, like, did you thank your mom? Did you do this? Did you do that? But you want to know something else he does that I really appreciate? So,
what?
being a stay-at-home mom, my oldest has started to question if moms have jobs. And so, ever since that started, obviously if the kids get like gifts, he's immediately like, "Oh, look what mommy got you." And I don't know if he like knows this, but I like really appreciate that because I mean, granted, like, but I don't know. It's just like, I don't know, he sees that I like words of like affection
Affirmation.
or affirmation. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, words of affirmation. And I like to hear like, thank you, or, mom, this was great. And so he, does things to kind of like foster that.
Yeah.
Now, do they still do it unprompted? I mean, maybe 20% of the time, but
Aw. Well,
I
I
mean,
mean,
I'll take what I can get. I'll take what
there's
I can get. I
they're
love it
still
all.
growing, they're still learning. I'm sure
Yeah.
I feel like your kids are gonna be older and grateful. So I think you're
Yeah.
fine. But that's
Aw,
really nice that he
thanks. I
helps
think the
like
same for you guys
create
too.
it. Yeah, I think
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean most of the times I'm like picking out the stuff.
Yeah.
So I may not be working to pay for it, but like
Yeah.
I'm
But
getting the
like
funds to get it.
yeah.
So
Absolutely. Absolutely.
but I mean, whatever. As long as they're happy,
Yeah.
that's like my biggest thing.
Yeah.
Little weirdos.
You know, I kind of had to give up. So I was
Give
on
up.
this I was on this journey, I guess, if you will,
Oh.
of being so obsessed with the point of me not being the same mom as like my mom
Yeah, yeah.
that I feel like it was to a fault almost, right? Because
That you were
at
hyper
the same
focused
time,
focused on it.
I was hyper focused. And then I'm like, to her, like, I need an apology now. And it wasn't until I kind of basically let it go. I let it go. And I started taking her for face value. And I don't know, life is a little bit easier. And even my relationship with her is a lot of bit easier because
Yeah.
I don't expect, I don't, I was looking for something that she could not provide for me.
And
And
I think that's the most important thing for everybody, right?
sorry,
Like
I'm really shiny.
that's okay. You wanna promote that shiny paper you're doing.
Absolutely. So, shop my Amazon storefront.
Hey. Link in bio.
Link in bio.
Oh my god. But I think managing expectations for people and like any
Mhm.
kind of relationship you have, whether it's like romantic, friendship,
Yeah.
family,
Yeah.
co-workers, is just managing expectations. Like some people are never going to do what you would do,
Yeah.
and that's
Oh my
okay.
gosh.
That's okay.
This is the lesson that man of mine have been trying to teach me for 11 years because
So
I'm
get it
always like, well,
together.
I would. I know, right? I'm
Well,
like,
I
oh,
still do
well,
that.
I would. I know. And he's always
That's
like,
just like my
Tiff,
go-to.
everybody's not you. Like, girl, come
Yeah.
on. And I'm
It's
like,
like, this is
but
my problem. Intellectually, I know all these things, but like, do
yeah,
I do all of these things when I'm in like an
no.
elevated state?
Hmm.
Maybe
No.
like 35% of the time. Maybe.
That is awesome.
So I do the best I can. And
Yeah.
um, luckily, I have people around me that accept the best that I can. And I try to accept their best that they can. And once I like realize someone's a certain way, like I either decide like, okay, I can handle that, or no, I can't handle that,
Hmm.
and then I just move accordingly. So
Yeah. So it's interesting. I literally just had this conversation. It was mainly about friends,
sorry.
but mostly. Oh no, 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 you're good. I'm sorry. I did not hear you. What did you say?
Literally, no, I was like whispering
Lit-
it, but
Literally.
I don't know. Sometimes when people say words, I just have to repeat them, or like you know, whatever.
It's good. We love it.
Do we?
We do. Yes.
Whatever. Sorry.
Whatever, whatever. I do what I want. Remember Cartman on Maury?
uh,
Whatever, whatever. I do what I want.
oh yeah, I vaguely remember that. But I remember I
Yeah.
don't know if you ever had this, but I had the as if phone, or like the clueless phone, and like you could
No,
like you press the button to be
there
like
was a
as if.
phone.
Yes. It
There
was
was
like
a phone. How did I
as
not know
if
this?
whatever. Like if you press the button, like the other person could hear
Oh
it.
my
A
gosh.
cordless phone, like that you had to hook into a jack.
I
But
love it. I love
I was
it.
obsessed with that
I
phone.
love it. Oh my god. I have
And
one
then
of
I like
those
that
too.
the
So
rotary phone where you had to go like.
yeah. Yeah.
I thought that
It
was
took a
so
few
cool.
minutes to dial 911.
Yeah. Better be committed to that.
Right.
Oh, how devastating. Poor people in
Yes.
those good old
Yeah, I'm
days.
so glad that they the push button ones. But you want to know something? We were talking about like cell phones earlier today, just like the evolution of them and
Yeah.
everything. And I remember my very first cell phone.
Hmm?
It was like a or a candy bar shape. Like it was a Nokia. No, was it? I can't remember.
I think I
All I
had a
remember
Nokia.
is that, oh my gosh, like
Like
the one
the
that was
it
like,
was like kind of like circular up at the top and then kind of like long and then
yes.
circular at the
And it
bottom.
had like the little screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because my first phone I got was like a track phone. It was a track phone.
Yeah.
And then I went with
Yeah.
Singular, which I miss. I loved
Yeah.
Singular. They were
I
so
had
good.
singular.
They were so good.
I
And then AT&T
know.
messed them up, but whatever. And
Mhm.
then but my
Mhm.
okay, I love the Sidekicks when I went to T-Mobile,
Mhm.
but my favorite phone though was like when I was upset was like the flip phone
Yeah.
where you'd be like
Oh, yeah.
slam that shit, and
I'm
I'm
not talking to you
done.
anymore.
But like because like I don't know if it is now, but like if you hang up on people, it's just like silent, so they don't even know that you like hung
Right.
up. So
Yeah.
like they could literally just be talking and talking and talking.
Yeah.
I get like paranoid when I'm talking to someone on the phone. Like if I haven't heard you like make a
Do you
noise, I'm
double check?
like,
Are you
did you?
like,
I do. I'm like, you hung up? Are you there? Hello?
I ask if you're there, like, oh, wait, can you hear me?
What? Hello? But like if I start talking for too long and I don't hear like anything, I need at least like this like uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's why like when I talk to people I'm like, "Oh, mhm. Oh." Just so they know I'm still there like,
Yeah.
"Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay.
Wild."
Do you do that though without listening?
Uh
Because
there
I
are
totally do it without listening.
so not on the phone. I mean, unless you're
Yeah.
pissing me off when I'm on the phone, like, so I might do that
Yeah.
with like a person of like that I deem to be like my elder that like I really can't
Yeah.
like get off the phone with, or I don't know how to get off the
Yeah.
phone with them, and they're like saying whatever. I'll be like, oh, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I have been known to do that in front of people, like when we're having a conversation. Like I literally won't be listening to what they're saying, and then they'll say like one word, and I'll be like, "Wait, what?
Yeah. Yes.
What'd you say?"
Yep. Yep.
Yes, I've done
Yep.
that before, but
Yeah.
I tune out a lot sometimes,
Oh my God, me too. And it's
but I try
so
not to.
okay. Is it like me? Listen, because it's like I was initially very interested in what you have to say, but somewhere along the line I became uninterested. So I kind of like I don't know what it is. It's like I hear birds chirping. I don't know, but I'm just like,
I mean, sometimes I get bored with myself.
me
Like
too.
I honestly
Yes.
don't enjoy telling the same
Yes.
story over and over again.
Yes.
Like there okay,
Yes.
let me be clear though. I have stories that like when an emotion like when an emotion happens in my head, there's a
Mhm.
story that I always go to. Like that's the story I will
Yeah.
repeat over and
I
over
know.
again.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like if I something bad happened, I tell one person that this bad thing happened. Then I may tell like another person. I'm done with
Mhm.
telling people
Yeah.
like I'll call a bunch of people to talk, and then like when they call me
Yeah.
back, I'm like, I've already talked
Like,
about
okay.
this. I'm not going
Yeah.
to like, oh hey,
Yeah.
I'm good. I've already talked about it. Like I can't keep like talking about it, talking about it, talking about it,
Yeah.
talking about it, talking about it.
Yeah.
No, especially once it comes out, because it's like, ugh, I'm over it.
Yeah. Because it's like, okay, I needed to vent. I vented. We're good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think that's
Yeah.
important is telling people when you just want to vent and you don't want
Yes.
advice. Like I just want to
Yes.
vent. Like I just want to
Just
like
vent.
get all of this mush out of my head. As
Yes.
stuff that it frustrates me. Well, you signed up for it, my love. I guess I don't know.
I think
Write a letter
I think it
to your
upsets
congressman.
my husband too. I really do because yeah, he gets so sorry baby, I love you so much.
They can write a letter.
Right.
Throw it in my deathbed. Well, he's gonna die first. I hope, not me.
Oh my God. So, right? Because like I feel like men often die before women. I like, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean,
So,
I just don't want to
and
die
we're not going
first.
to let that
I'm going
happen.
to what?
So, that's why I'm making the appointment, honey. Mhm. Sorry.
Yes, honey.
Little inside joke between me and the mister.
I don't
Mhm.
feel like that's a
Yep.
joke.
Mhm. Oh, it's not.
Like
It is
inside
not.
threat.
Is it, honey? Is it, honey?
Oh my god, your eyes just reminded me of like Wendy Williams for like 2 seconds because
No,
like
no, I was doing Kiki Wyatt, the
Kiki Wyatt. Oh,
oh my God, the crazy.
that woman.
Oh my, I feel like mine would feel the same way. If anything were to happen to him, he would say that I would be responsible.
Um,
I don't
no, I
know.
would not.
Here's the thing. You're not leaving me with these kids. No.
That's what he says all the time.
Mhm. Mhm, mhm. Not happening. So you're going to live a nice long life because I plan on living a nice long life. So, yep.
Right?
Get ready, baby.
I can't wait to see like my kids older. Like, ah, this could be so cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully they still
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah. You know, I don't
Hopefully.
know. My second one, yes, of course he will, but I don't know because
Well, I mean,
oof,
honestly, you
love
never know.
pets.
Like, even if kids like you when
Yeah,
you're no, they
very
might.
true.
Can't
Very,
wait
very
until they pay
true.
a bill.
That part too. Like, yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
be missing it. You'll be paying their bills probably.
Oh my God. Total same. We actually had this conversation where we like we're not going to charge the kids rent.
Oh no, I think like
But it depends on the situation, like especially like if they're in college or even yeah, 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 listen, it's a case by case basis, but I don't plan on like saying, "Hey, pay rent."
yeah, my goal is to like ask them for something, but to put it into an
Yeah.
account that just like I don't touch it
Yeah.
for
See,
anything.
I
Just like
love that
that way I
idea.
can
Yeah.
save for them. So that way I'm like, all right, you should be like
And it teaches them,
going somewhere.
financial responsibility,
And
so
if they
yeah,
say I
I
don't
like
have any
that.
money, I'll be like, oh, guess what? Yes, you do. Here you go. You got lots of money,
It's
babe.
right here.
You got some money right there. The only thing I think that's gonna kill us is that like since they're all so close in age, it's like
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. Like that's
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be the kicker.
So we literally we took the kids shopping. And this was just them. I think I bought like I didn't buy a lot of stuff, right? But the point is that when we went shopping for the kids, it was just like, yes, like like it's crazy, like how fast they like grow out of sneakers even. Like
Yeah,
that's insane. It's insane. So yeah.
it is. But that's why I like
Yeah.
how they have like these with the consignment shop stuff, the Once Upon a Times and stuff like that. And then
Yes. Yeah, yeah,
obviously it's
yeah.
nice to have friends that have kids around your age and they'd be like, do you
Yeah.
want this? And I'm like, yep, sure do.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
love it.
I
Thank
love
you.
free.
Thank you.
I love free.
Oh my god, yes.
Thanks. I
Free
appreciate
99,
it.
that's
Thank
like
you
my
so much.
favorite 99.
Listen, the scout too.
Yeah, so I'm excited, but it is
Yeah. I mean, it is going to be fun like
oh,
watching them grow
100%.
up because like even now, like yeah, they're young, but like they're growing into their personalities and
Oh yeah.
it's you know what I mean?
I
It's
love it.
very endearing to watch.
I think that's like my favorite part is like seeing them like
Yeah.
be who they are.
Yeah.
It's nice. We about to
Yes.
not have a cat. Oh, why? Porque.
Oh
Aura is
no.
wild though. Like so, our cat's name is Aura.
Yeah.
Like she's so wild. Like
I love that name.
she's so cute. I mean, right? That's a great name. She came with that name. That was
It
the
is.
name that they gave her
Absolutely.
at the
Really?
shelter or
Oh my
whatever.
God. Yeah, I would have kept it too.
Yeah, it was funny
Absolutely.
because we like saw her and we were originally not going to get her. We
Yeah.
were looking at kittens, and then we're like, and then when I really thought about it, like, ugh, I don't really want a kitten. Like, I can barely deal with the kids I
Belle
have.
said, I love the name too. Yes, I love it's
Right?
adorable.
It's so cute. And then, like, obviously,
It
I was doing,
is.
like, the yoga stuff. Like, so, like, Aura, like,
Yeah.
The kids
Yep.
locked her in my office and scratched my chair a little. Oh, no. That's an expensive chair.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm sorry.
That really sucks.
Yeah, she scratches everything.
Yeah.
She scratches
But,
everything.
you know,
So,
it's kind of like,
ooh, damn it. Poor
because
baby.
I personally wouldn't declaw like a cat. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
I
like,
stopped. Didn't want
you
that either.
know,
Like I
yeah,
have
yeah,
declawed a cat before, but like I think it was
yeah,
like the front paws,
yeah,
but not the back ones. Or
yeah,
either she came to me that way. I can't remember. And
yeah.
then I was thinking about putting those little like gel
The
things on them.
cappy,
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah,
But then
yeah,
he was like, no. So I was like, okay. So
yeah.
like whatever. I mean, she does it. She's very much like if she like hits you, it's mostly like a pat with like her just her paw,
Hmm.
like not her claws out.
Yeah,
And but she does like to scratch everything. So like
yeah,
most of our furniture is not a big deal, but that chair would be a big deal. So that's why I was trying to make sure
yeah,
she didn't go in his office at all.
yeah,
But
yeah. I
you know,
wonder, is it like as that is it something that's like repairable?
hopefully
Because like, um maybe you know what I mean? Like you can take it somewhere and like have it
fixed out.
professionally. Yeah,
Well, maybe.
yeah.
But we're getting me a
Yeah.
new
Like
chair first.
especially
It's fine. Okay,
Oh, he said it's
yay!
fine.
That's good.
Yeah. Yay, that's good. That is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely getting a new chair soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
You know what? Honestly, I would love to get a
I'm
new
okay with it.
chair. So
Oh, that's
I
good.
have a vanity, and so the
Oh,
chair that I'm in now,
yeah.
it's an accent chair, like that's what it is, but
Hmm.
I needed it for my hair dryer because I have the hair dryer like on the pole with
Oh, I
the
love
overhead
that.
thing.
I want one so
I love
bad.
it too.
Only because
I
like
love that too.
I really love how like I don't know if you ever had your hair done by like Dominicans, like a Dominican
No,
salon where
not
they like
Dominicans,
blow
but
out your hair and then they do it
and
like
then
they
they
don't
put the
even
rollers and they
yeah, they
sit
don't
you
even
under.
flat iron
Yeah.
it really. It's mostly just like, you know, uh curlers in your hair or rollers or whatever they're
Yeah.
called and then like blow dry it out to make it straight like oh my
Yeah.
god. I remember one
Yeah.
time my aunt took me to a Dominican hairstylist in New York,
Uh-huh.
and then my uncle was like, "Oh, you pay to get her hair cut too?" I was like, "Babe, my hair is curly. It's layered naturally. Like,
Yeah.
calm down."
Yeah.
Oh my god! But I loved
Yeah,
it
no,
because it
I've
just
never
feels so
been to
nice.
I was gonna say it looks so flowy. And so the last time I actually like sat in like a
Salon.
salon chair was, oh gosh, probably like 30 years ago maybe.
Oh,
And yeah, it's been a long, 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 long time. Oh,
yeah. I
yay.
love doing my own hair now.
Me
Because
too.
I
Yes,
cannot pay these
yeah.
people these prices. Like I think I got my hair like
Girl.
professionally done for like braids, like when I was
Yeah.
having my middle child, and that was
Yeah.
fine. It wasn't too bad, but like
Mhm.
I
Was
can
it expensive?
I mean because I forced Esat to give her like a good tip, probably yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I
but
always
but
tip.
it was weird though because like I thought I would have to I could pay with card like
Mhm.
but she didn't tell me until I got there like oh no you can't pay with card you have to pay with cash and I was like
Oh, with cash. Yeah.
what and she was that's when she
Yeah.
was like oh yeah like you know people will like say it's fraud or something and I was like what so yeah so like people she would get people would
People were stealing hairstyles.
yeah so she would do their hair they would pay with a card and then like be like oh that was fraud and then so she wouldn't get the
That
money like she would lose out on that funds or whatever so I was like oh well that makes
that
sense
is
why you
terrible.
would want cash I just wish you would
Yeah.
have told me before like I was like well my
Yeah,
husband will get
before.
it and bring it so
Yeah. That's terrible. Oh,
yeah
that
she was
oh
super
my
nice super
goodness.
sweet like whatever
Yeah,
but I
but
just
still
like
like she could have.
I was so like like annoyed for her like how dare someone do that
Yeah.
like that's crazy
Yeah.
like whatever. But
Oh my God.
I
Let me
just do
tell
my own
you. So,
hair,
you know,
which I think I want to braid
yeah, me
again. I haven't
too.
done braids in a while.
But
Me too.
speaking of like giving a really good tip,
Mm-hmm.
so you know, I went and
Yeah, I
got
have
my
red
other
hair.
nostril pierced. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I was there, because the time before I tipped her, because so we were like talking, okay, so the piercing itself is kind of pricey,
Mm-hmm.
but
But
like
that's you're paying
the
for the
piece
jewelry
was
too,
like
right?
exactly. And then she like explained to me, so like they use titanium, and she's like, the other places that are cheaper, she's like, I hope like they're using surgical steel at best or whatever. And so we were just like kind of like talking about that. But she's been at my place for a month. And so like I tipped her really good the first time. So then a couple days later, like 6 days later, I'm back. And so I'm getting ready to like put my card in and do my thing. And then I was like, hey, I got to go to the custom tip because it had like like 10, 15, I think 20.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's not enough. So I'm like, I need to do like the custom tip. But she told me, she's like, like you're the only person who's tipped me. And I'm like, "You've been here a month? Like, how you know what I mean?" And it was just so jarring to me because I'm like, even if it is like a piercing or what, like, I could not imagine walking away from my tattoo artist without tipping. Or
Yeah.
I don't know. It just
Well,
kind of like shocked me because I'm like, I yeah, I just thought that was, I don't know.
it's sad to say
I
the
don't know. I
least.
felt bad. Yeah, I felt so bad. I was like, "Do you want more money?"
Aw. Well, you know what? She could be saying that to like every single person, like, oh man, you're the only person who's ever
Yeah,
tipped
she could.
me.
But you know what though?
Nah,
Honestly,
but
like,
that's
and
me
of
being
course I don't know her. I
pessimistic.
just met her, but she seemed so genuine. She really did. So I mean,
Don't
you're
they
right
all
though. Like,
do until they don't?
what if that's her scam? What if she's like, so no one ever tips me. You know what I mean?
Like the little tiny violin in the background. I mean, who knows, right? I mean, but it was in your heart to tip, so boom,
Yeah, it
whatever.
was. But I'm always like a huge tipper. And
I am not.
sometimes, like,
I tip what I can,
even
but
when I have, so I'm that one that, like, even if my service, so I won't sit up here and say, like, I've had bad service because I just hadn't had bad service to the point
oh,
where I don't tip. But
I've had
even if
bad
it's like,
service.
ugh, have you?
I have,
Aw.
yeah. I remember one time some
Yeah.
lady was doing my nails, and I think
Uh-huh.
I said ow, and she was like, shh. I said, excuse me?
Oh.
I'm like, am I crazy? Did she just shush me?
Yeah, I would have been like, it would have shocked me because the audacity, right? Like, you're kind of like stunned for a second.
And then I had one where I was like gonna get my nails done, and then like
Hmm.
they like didn't do it the way I told them I wanted it done, and then they
Yeah.
were like getting an attitude with me, and I was like, yeah, just go ahead and take all this off. I'm done. I'm not
Yeah.
doing this with y'all.
That sucks.
I'm done.
And you know what? So I remember there was like a point in time where it was like all these videos going viral of like nail shop tech or owners or whatever, like fighting people or like jumping on them because like people would complain and say like, oh, I'm not paying or whatever, and they would just immediately like just start beating people up. And I swear to God, I'm not laughing at that, but I was like, the thought of it, like, even as a business owner, like my first thought wouldn't be to, and I know this is totally off subject, but
Yeah.
my first thought wouldn't be to beat somebody up. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, there was like a thing that just happened like a little bit ago. I don't know if I talked about this already, but like it was a pregnant
Yeah.
lady who was getting her hair braided. Um, the person who was doing her hair was also watching her daughter, which I think she was like around 2, maybe 3, I don't know. And she went to go change the kid's diaper, but it was a wet diaper. It wasn't a poop diaper.
Mhm.
So she just
Yeah. Like
changed
tossed it in
the
the
yeah, she
can.
changed the diaper and then
Mhm.
like used like a baby wipe to wipe her hands, and was about to get back in the girl's hair. And the girl was like, do you mind just washing your hands first? And she's like, oh, well, I used a baby wipe. She's like, okay, but can you still just wash your hands before you, like, go in my hair? So then, like, the lady was like, well, you know, my hands are clean. She didn't even poop, like, going back and forth with her. And the lady, the pregnant one who was getting her hair done was like, okay, well, never mind. I'm not going to keep doing this with you. Like, I'll just end this service now. And then she was trying to leave. And then the lady was like, nah, you're going to have to pay me my money, la, 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 la. And I think she'd given her $30 already for, like, to hold the service. And then the additional would be $70, right? Or $80.
Okay, yeah.
And she was like, well, no, like, I waited for you to get here. And now you haven't even, I think she didn't even do, like, 20 braids in her head yet. So, like, she was like, yeah, no. And then the lady was like, well, and she was, like, being kind of, like, really confrontational with her.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, like, she was going to hit her or whatever. And then so she was like, well, and then she had scissors in her hand talking about, well, I'm going to cut those out before you leave. It's just like, I'm not letting you come next to my head with scissors, like, based off of how you're acting right now. And then she was, like, getting all out of pocket or whatever. And then the pregnant lady, like, she saw, because, like, she kind of was, like holding her hostage in the, like, the store area.
I mean, that's exactly what it sounds
like. So, like, but then she would walk out, kind of, and then, like, yell, like, someone help me, the, like, the braider lady. Like, she was being attacked or something.
Like, she was the victim.
Pretty much. And then, so, like, the pregnant lady saw, like, an opening for her to get out, so she, like, tried to bum rush out, and then the other lady, like, was whooping her ass, basically. And, like, attacked her.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And then they finally got separated somehow, and so she got to her car and, like, called the cops. And there's, like, grown-ass men outside siding with the woman who is, like, fighting a pregnant person. Like, I don't care if you think she stole or not. Like, that's wild behavior for me, especially when you have a kid. Like, ma'am. And then your kid is seeing this. Like, what? Like, oh, my God. Like, it's not that serious. You could have just washed your hands. Like, and then she was, like, changing the narrative. Because she was, like, literally on live while she was doing all this.
Oh, the braider lady?
Yeah, she was on live. So, like, people were seeing what was going on. I can't remember if the other girl was on live too, but, like, they were, like, I was just like, oh my God. No, I think they both were on live. Yeah. Like, freaking weird. Like, I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine.
Yeah. But you know something? It was a while ago, but I remember, it was, like, big on Instagram, but they were, like, calling out these hairstylists.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it was, like, they were late, but they're charging, like, outrageous deposit prices.
Yeah. And then not washing your hair.
Yes.
They want you, because, well, my girl, she wanted me to come, like, hair washed and blow dried out already, which, like, I didn't think that much of it, but she wasn't really, I don't think she was really charging me crazy prices. It wasn't like she was charging me, like, $360 for braids or whatever.
Yeah.
And normally I think someone was talking about, like, oh, if you see a hairstylist with, like, 10K following, like, don't even go, because more than likely it's going to be, like, this, like, really poor service, overpriced. Yeah, like, they're already going to have, like, this inflated ego because they have 10K or whatever. Yeah. So it's just, like, it's wild. Phone on charger, have you on the computer. Whoop, whoop. Oh.
That's nice.
Dance. Pull over too fast.
So I'm super sad about me not able to do the ab work until I get this whole abdominal thing fixed.
You know, like, I used to think that, like, what is it called? Like, the ab separation. Yeah. I was, like, always so, like, worried, like, if I had that, like, when I, like, after I had the kids. So, like, I really never focused on my abs because I was just like, oh, I think that's what's going on.
That's one of the reasons why, like, the wall of my abdomen is so weak. Like, you know, unfortunately, I have had 3 babies. So
not unfortunately, like, fortunately. Well, but you've also had C-sections too. So, like, that's going to affect that area. So I would assume.
Yeah. Yep. No, you're absolutely right. So yeah, like, yeah, yeah, my abdominal wall is just not
Where you want it to be.
made where I want it to be right now. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, okay, let's just get it over with so I can get through the healing process
Yeah.
and then get back to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever makes you feel more you. I think like
Yeah.
that's another thing too that like with motherhood, like trying to get used to your new body and like how it now looks
Yeah.
because like I never had stretch marks before and now I have stretch
Yeah.
marks so that's like
Yeah.
so jarring for me. And I even tried
Yeah.
like all the oils and butters and la la la. But what they
Yeah.
should have told me
Yeah.
is be careful with what you eat so you don't like expand too quickly. So that's what they should have told me because that was my problem.
Like for real. Yeah.
Like that was my problem.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
whatever.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I'm trying to learn to love that part
Yeah.
of myself, and I'm trying to figure out the
But
best
it's
way to do
hard. It
that.
is hard.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
because
it is
it's
hard.
not something I grew up because like I have some friends who like had stretch marks before a kid, so
Yeah.
like it's not a huge deal for
Yeah.
them. But like for me, not that
Right.
like I think it's bad. It's just not what I'm used to.
Right.
So, and like what? My oldest is like 6. So
Mhm.
I've only had about like 5 years to like kind of come to terms with this. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard
I'm
work.
with you.
It's hard
It is
work.
very
But
much so. And you want to know something else too? So like not only is it hard work, physically, right?
yeah.
Because we all want to get a little healthier, but it's also hard work mentally because
Well, yeah.
despite that, right, you still have to like somewhere in there like learn to love yourself. And if you're anything like I was, because now yes, I do feel safe to like be vulnerable and I feel, protected and loved and blah blah blah. But before that, it was really 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 difficult for me to kind of have that safety net. So I was kind of listening to the outside things about myself. So I was kind of conditioned to speak negatively and think negatively about myself. And now that I'm working on, oh, excuse me, my silent reflux.
Oh, you're
But
fine.
now that I'm working on my, just like the way that I think about myself, and the way that I see myself,
Yeah.
because, dealing with like the body dysmorphia and all that jazz, it's very, very hard when there are two of you that don't match, so I'm
Yeah.
still working on,
Give me my life.
getting through that. And oh, you did your like, oh wait, it's been
No,
on, right?
no, it has been, but like it goes on. Like
Okay.
since I haven't been like in front of it, I think it has
Oh,
like a
like
sensor.
emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have a professional setup here. Like I have like a very like this is a light that you could read with.
But no, it is great, and we can see your gorgeous face.
We're
So
very much
we're
amateur.
okay. We
Whatever.
are. And you want to know something? So, because I had to switch computers at the last minute, so
Mm-hmm.
this is regular old webcam, and this is what I was using to live stream on my Mac.
Oh,
And
that's
I'm
fancy.
like, I love this thing. I mean, it's really not that fancy. It's the Sony ZV-F what was it? ZV-1F? Yeah, ZV-1F.
Letters and
It's a
numbers.
ZV-1F. Yes, the Sony letters and numbers, but not the first letters and number, but the one after that one because there's a new ZV-1 that is out, I believe. So
That's
it's the
nice.
one in between that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have a Loratech. I took it
Uh-huh.
from S dot. This is hopefully more
Yeah.
uh what is like I move around a lot, hyperactive friendly, so it's not as
Yeah.
like auto focusing me.
No, but you know what? I was gonna say because so you start out with like a different cam?
Yeah, I was using my Razor cam.
Okay. Okay,
The
because I
razor.
notice a difference. I
Yeah, like
definitely
even the
notice a
background, like I
difference.
think like the background was more
Yeah.
blurred before, and now like you can
Yeah.
actually kind of see what's in my background.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so like I don't. Both of them were fine, but I just didn't like
Yeah.
how like it kept auto focusing when I moved,
Yeah.
and I move a lot. Like I
Me
move a lot.
too. Look, I'm sitting here like
Yeah, like
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not a stationary
Mm-mm.
person.
Nope, my ADHD will not, I repeat, will not let me be great. So,
Yes, it will let you be great.
yeah. Well, I am great, but no, I'm
Well,
kidding. Am I? No.
I think so. But yeah, I think like
Um,
it, like becoming a mom, or like
yeah.
not even just becoming a mom. Like when your body changes, and you're not
Yeah.
used to your body changing, regardless if it's because
Yes.
you're a mom or not. Like it's really
Hmm.
hard to like like cope with that new version of yourself when you're so
Yeah.
used to having yourself be another way.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is, and self love is very important. And I think also
Oh
like
my
what
God.
we but also not toxic self love though, right? Like everything is
Oh my,
not
you
rainbows and
speak
butterflies.
about
Like
it because
life is
toxic
life,
positivity is definitely a thing.
and
Oh my
it's
God.
not good for anybody. I remember I had one friend that like I think I complained about something, and this
Mm-hmm.
girl turned around and said, "If you complain about one more thing, I'm not talking to you." I said, "Bet,
Oh,
bitch, bet." And I was done. I was
yeah.
done with her. I was like,
Yeah.
no, because first of all, I wasn't even like complaining. I was just like making
Right.
like a funny
Conversation.
snarky comment. Like it was, yeah, it
Yeah,
was about
like,
something we walked into. So I was making a snarky comment. So like the fact that you
yeah.
said that to me, I was like, okay, you're wildin'. So I just stopped talking to her. Like I
Yeah.
like. But my problem is this: like, I stopped talking to her for a while, and then like I accidentally talked to her again, and then she thought we were cool, and I was like, yeah, I guess I'm not that mad anymore. But it was like a couple weeks later that like we ended up talking again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it's
Well,
really
there's
hard for me to stay mad
actually,
at people.
oh my God, same. So there's a girl, a woman, we're all grown.
A lady.
There's a lady that I hadn't talked to in, God,
50,
over
11
a
years.
decade. Well, no. The last time I talked to her was when I was pregnant with my oldest. So
Aw.
it's
Yeah,
been
that's been a
a
while.
while. But we've recently reconnected. And to make a long story short, the way I moved with the situation, I'm just like, look, I don't care. Like it is what it is. Like whatever. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And you know, it is what it is. I don't want to, and I don't know if this is because I'm getting a little bit older
Mm-hmm.
or I'm just maturing. Maybe I don't know, but I don't want to be angry anymore because I spent like my entire life being angry from like
Yeah.
when my dad died to just even a year or 2 years ago, even a year ago. Let's be real, like a week ago, right?
Yeah.
But I'm tired of being, I was so tired of being angry and I was
Mm-hmm.
so tired of being like in this dark place that I kind of had to, I'm not going to say that I like pulled myself out of my depression because no, right?
Yeah.
But it's almost like I chose to like be more positive. So
Well,
maybe
I
it
mean,
started
it's a
with
choice, yeah.
me. Yeah, it is. It really is. And
Sometimes it's an
I would
easier
even
choice
start,
than other days,
yes,
but it's always a choice.
absolutely.
That's what I'm trying to remind my kids too. Like,
Absolutely.
you have a choice
Yeah.
on like how you express your feelings. Like, no
Yes.
one. And I think one thing that helped me. Sorry to cut you off. Is that like
Oh, no, no, no.
other
You're good,
people
girl.
can't control my emotions. Like I used to have a
Yeah,
bad
that's the
habit of like
lesson.
waiting for other people to like make me feel like I'm good. Like I now
Yeah.
like if I have my moments, I'm trying to make myself better. And
Yeah.
not in a way where like I'm just
Yes.
holding out all this stuff in, but like when I'm
Right. Right.
overwhelmed, like I was expecting someone to come show up where I'm at and be like, and say all the right things and say all the things I want them
Yeah.
to say, but they're never going to say what
Yeah.
I want them to say. They're going to say what they're going to say, and then half the time that just
Right.
like causes me to like blow up more.
Yeah.
So it's not good.
No, yeah.
But like what
Totally
helped
relate.
you what do you think like helped you get to the point where you felt like, okay, I'm not choosing to be angry anymore. I'm choosing to be this.
That is a good question. To be honest, it was, the kids and them speaking back and saying like, why are you, I'm sorry I made you angry, or and that's hurtful to
Yeah.
hear because the kid our kid, like, they didn't choose to be here, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? We wanted them here. So, it's almost like I kind of felt like maybe I felt like my mother all she did was scream and yell and curse, right?
Yeah.
And so, and she said some pretty nasty things to me as a child. And even though I would never do that to my kids, it was the fussing.
Mm-hmm.
I would always tell you like, "Oh my god, I'm fussing at the kids." It was the fussing. It was the anger, like, sit down, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Screaming. And I remember my mother in those moments, and I just did not want that for them. And even though I knew I was doing it, or I felt like my mom sometimes, it wasn't until I said, okay, look, something has to change, So, yeah, I would definitely say once the kids started speaking up and saying, like, Mom, like, you're angry, or I'm sorry I made you angry.
Yeah. And thank you,
Yeah.
Christine, for the follow. Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off while you were talking.
Oh, no, that's okay. No, yay.
But
Woohoo.
yay. But yeah, like, yeah, for me, like, I definitely enjoy, it's content for me, right? Like, I think
Yeah.
as long as I'm like listening to like the positive affirmations, and again, like, not toxic positivity, but like real stuff, and like for parenting advice, like following, like content that like actually align with my parenting style, and like
Right.
g- getting that like group of people who also want to parent like I want to parent, and like
Mm-hmm.
that I think
Mm-hmm.
is really helpful too. It's reaffirming. And then like for me, like
Yeah.
honestly, like TikTok is like my therapist.
Oh, but I get it. I get it. I
I
get it. I
follow
always get lost in TikTok.
I follow so many content
Always.
creators that like have these like attachment styles they talk
Yeah.
about, and different
Yeah.
like stuff like that. And then I'm like, oh wow, okay, like that makes me think of like myself differently. It makes me think of my partner
Yeah.
differently. Makes me think of other
Yeah.
people differently. So it's like I think
Yeah.
like that's helpful too, is like just surrounding yourself with the kind of content or the people that like you want to
Yes.
emulate,
Yes.
because when we're around, like when we have too much negativity in our lives, we end up, not knowingly, but like we end up kind of like it's
It can
easier to get
seep
to
into
that.
our psyche.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's easier
Yeah.
to go there because you're like watching it, like
Hmm.
you're seeing it constantly. Like, so I watch some of the little ratchet stuff. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna say this real quick. So I think that
Okay.
like Real Housewives, like I think what they're missing is like the gay male presence. Like I feel like that's what really made it like so
Ooh.
not so much better, but yeah, so much better, because they had like the gay
And we
friend
love a
that,
husband.
yeah, because like they could
We love
read
a husband.
perfectly, like,
Mhm.
and it was just
Mhm.
like that
Mhm.
was nice. And I also think like the friend of should be the messy ones, not the actual housewives, but
Not the
like,
actual cast members.
yeah,
Yeah.
but then
Yeah.
whatever. Anyways, that was like me just like
Yeah.
jumping to the ratchet. But yeah,
No,
like I,
I get
I, I
it.
think positive, like positive vibes
I'm
helps.
sorry. I keep feeling like I have a booger, but it's
Do
not a
you need to
booger.
blow your nose? Do you
No,
have
I
tissue
don't.
near
And I
you?
know I sound like my oldest. No, it's not a booger. It's my rings.
Oh.
And this is the newest one,
Oh,
so I'm
show
really
it.
not used to this one.
Show it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
We
show
didn't
it.
show the world. I. Looks cute, cute, cute. Oh, and my daughter saw them and she thought they were cute. We can't hear you, babe.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said I love them.
Yeah.
I think they're so cute. And I'm sorry, you said she saw and
Yeah,
she oh,
she
I
loved.
love her so much. She is just oh my God, beautiful,
She
beautiful,
she is
beautiful girl.
a cutie patootie,
She is.
and
She
she's got the
definitely is.
sass to match it. I can't wait to
So
see
let
the
me tell
partner she
you.
has.
Here's the thing. So when it comes to Little Miss Sassy Pants, you know what? I don't even. Whew, I don't have a word. I don't know how to describe her.
Oh my God, why is this?
I really don't. My daughter is an enigma.
What's her zodiac sign again?
She's an Aquarius.
Oh, an Aquarius. Yeah.
Yeah. Send help.
Well, she's my sister sign. Leo's. Oh,
girl,
yeah, she's
can
your
you talk
sister
to her
sign.
for me?
She's your sister sign too.
She's so. Let me tell you. She's so mean and vindictive. Like oh my God. So she does this thing where she gets angry, and it's so cute. But she does this thing when she gets angry where she'll like hold her fist and she's like, and then she starts shaking, but she's fat, so she has all this like puff around her, and she's like, and it's so cute, but she's so angry. And then her face turns red, and then she looks like a cherry tomato. And then I think hubby called her a toadette earlier. And
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, toadettes are. Is it just is that one character? I know. I know. So cute.
Toadette. Yeah, I don't know anything about Toadette. Is that like the princess?
I feel like, baby, is Toadette like the, not race, but
a frog?
Culture of toads? Well, so I'm talking about
For
Super
Mario Brothers? Yeah.
Sorry, I should have said that.
I was assuming Mario.
Okay, but it's like a pink version of Toad.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. The Toadette.
Yeah, it's the girl Toad.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that's Little Miss Sassy Pants.
Yeah, but it's also
mean.
It's her age
bites.
Group. Oh, biting. Oh, I don't like biting. My middle did bite. She bit for a while before she finally
Oh God,
stopped.
when did she stop? Does it stop? Please tell me it stopped.
Yeah, she definitely stopped before she was like 3. But like by 3, I think she was like slowing it down. She definitely didn't do it at 4.
When was the last time she tried to bite you? I feel like it was, I don't know. I feel like maybe not recent now that I think about it. Maybe a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think my youngest...
I'm so mad this is a thing.
I mean, it is a thing. But my youngest, she hasn't bitten yet. Like, she doesn't bite. I hate the biting phase. It's not fun. It's not fun.
At all. And those... Oh, yesterday. Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
And those little teeth, those perfect little teeth, they hurt.
Well, yeah, biting hurts. Biting is no bueno. It's no bueno.
and then if I were to bite you back, Miss Sassy Pants, then I would be in trouble. But you can bite us.
Yeah, well, no, she cannot. You can say, we do not bite. We use our words.
Oh, like, we say it. We say it. She doesn't care. She's like...
Well, she'll get past it soon. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Yeah, like...
Jesus.
Yeah, with my middle, like, she would swing on people, like, if they, like, really irked her when she was younger. So, like, I would always just, like, watch to see, like, okay, is she about to swing?
Like, if she's being, like...
Yeah, so I would just be
overstimulated, or she's like, yeah, I'm done with
very vigilant. And she was very much like, no, like, you're not bossing me around. Like, my oldest is very much, like, chill. Like, I feel like if he got bullied, he wouldn't even know it. But, like, my middle...
I feel the same.
My middle, she's like, nah. Tatiana Ali. Hey, maybe it's in her future. Boxing.
But you know what, though? I feel like most firstborns are, like, the sweetest because, you know...
I am the sweetest, so yeah, probably makes sense.
Were you the first? Are you the first?
I'm the first for my mom. I'm the youngest for my dad.
Okay. I am not the oldest for either parent. And I was a hellion. So I think there is something to the theory of, oh my gosh, I was perfectly hell. I was the daughter you did not. Oh, fuck, she's me.
Well, I will say that I think that, like, she triggers you because she is you.
She is.
So my
She
middle
is.
is me, so she triggers me a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
her like attitude
Right.
wise.
Revelation come through.
Always. Always at Musings with Keyaria and Tiffany. We got them.
Woo!
Allah. But yeah, like, that's when I realized I'm like, dang, like, she's me. Like,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
me if I never was like, I don't want to say like silenced, but for lack of a better word, silenced.
Oh
Like,
my God.
I was, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
I am not who I would have been had I like
Yeah.
not
Been
dealt with it.
nurtured and
Yeah, well, yeah,
yeah.
like, so, not saying like my mom didn't nurture me or nothing, but like
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
it was
But
very much
like,
like, do as I say. No,
yeah.
that's not how it
Yeah.
is. This, like, so like I was more scared of my mom
Yeah.
than I was like we are collaborating in this, like, you know,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, she's here, I'm here. Like, with I try to do where like me and my kids are at the same level, and
Mhm.
I treat them like I'd want to be treated, and I constantly remind them
Mhm.
that you have to treat other people
Belle
like
says
you want to be
same
treated.
key.
Oh, yay. But yeah, I think kids are people too. I think people forget
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
And they've had
They
less
do.
time to figure it out than we have.
Yeah.
So, and half of us that are older than them haven't figured it out yet. So, like, if you haven't figured it out, like, where are they learning it from? Like, how are they gonna,
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
like the disconnect is
Yeah.
wild to me. The people like, well, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
beat my kids. Like, okay,
Yeah.
if that
Yeah.
makes if that makes you happy,
Yeah. Yeah.
hopefully
And honestly,
they like you
I
later on.
kind
I
of feel
guess.
like so my mom was because I was about to say like my mom was very physically abusive. Okay, especially
I mean, but I think like
when I was like
that age group, that like that's kind of like how like you're taught, like you have to save your kids
yeah.
by beating them. Like, it's like a
Yes.
slave
Yes.
mentality in my head. Like,
Yes. 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 Actually, yes. That's exactly how I look at it, you
yeah,
know? And I resented her for that. Like it didn't teach me anything. Actually, it taught me how to be sneaky.
or yeah,
It taught me how to be a liar. You know what I mean?
and
So
hide things
like,
better. Yeah,
no. Yeah, and I don't want that. I want, the kids to be able to come to us and say like, mom, dad, like at least feel like if they're in trouble or scared or curious or whatever,
yeah,
like they can come to us. There's nothing that you have to be afraid of when it comes to us. And
yeah,
that's what I hope I am putting into them. And then, of course, I want the kids to be productive members of society and just make good decisions and be kind and stand up for themselves. And
yeah.
when you said about number one, what you said about your number one, I
Mm-hmm.
felt that in my soul. What you said about if he were to be bullied, he wouldn't even know it.
Yeah,
Number one would have no clue.
yeah,
No clue. And that scares me, because sometimes when I do think of the future, when number one is a grown man and maybe misunderstood or uh that's something that I think about more as he gets older. I think about it more often because just looking at him, he's a pretty tall kid, and you know what I mean. But
yeah,
so yeah. But all we can do as parents is just continue teaching the kids and continue giving them grace and
yeah.
giving them the space, to feel and
Mm-hmm.
to be. Because one of the biggest lessons that we learned as parents of a child on the spectrum is what may like basically to sum it up, it's not a big deal to us, right? But to
Mm-hmm.
them, it is the biggest deal in the world. And I in a better world, I wish that, the world, and who knows what the future holds. Like I'm
Yeah,
just hoping that, these kids are, as we learn more about it and as it become more known, or more kids are blah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right, that there's some form of compassion
Yeah.
for these kids and adults that, they're just the sweetest people. They just,
Well,
they're just the
honestly,
sweetest
I feel
people.
like everyone should treat their kids as if they are people,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
like we're not everybody's going to handle everything like you would handle it,
Yeah.
and to
I
give kids
agree.
grace. And
I
that's
agree.
that's why like I really don't understand people's pushback on like gentle parenting or conscious parenting, or I think it's called authoritative parenting. Uh,
So can I just add something really quick? I don't mean to cut you off,
do
but
it.
I kind of was the pushback person
Mm-hmm.
with gentle parenting. And the reason why that was because I got caught up in the whole like toxic positivity of it.
Mm.
And it was almost like being in that space taught me that I fucking suck as a mom. And it was just like I kind of felt like I I wasn't like even decent if I didn't like, like fuss at my kids and, all the stuff that
Oh,
was going
yeah. Okay, I
on.
see what you're saying. So
And
basically, like when people were trying to say, like, okay, well, this is how you have to do it, and if you're not doing like this, you're a
yeah.
bad mom. It just felt like it
Yeah.
was so like off-putting, just the message that like it was hard
Yeah,
for
it
you to
was
like,
yeah.
the ego part, right? Our ego is telling
I
us
feel
like,
like
oh, you've just bruised me, like, f this, like this is stupid,
I
anyways.
well, it was more so like I agree with this, but I don't agree with that in the
Yeah,
same realm. You know what I mean? Where
yeah,
it's like, chew the meat, spit the fat type of thing,
exactly. I
where
was literally
you're
thinking that in
like,
my head.
oh my God, see, great minds, great minds. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, like, but yeah, like, so, and then, but because I'm that person,
Mhm.
Tiffany, no one's ever going to be your worst critic more than yourself. So, of
Yeah.
course, I turned it on myself and I turned it inward and I said, oh my gosh, like, honey, gentle parenting, you're not a gentle parenting. That shit doesn't work, da 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 da. But it's like, what I had to like realize is that what gentle parenting looks like for me may not look like gentle parenting for you, and that's okay. The goal is to respect these people, and these
Yeah.
people mean our children.
Yeah.
That's the goal. The goal is to not bully them. The
Yeah.
goal is to not make them afraid of us. The goal
Yeah.
is to not abuse them. The goal is to not fuss at them. The goal is to not scream at them. The goal is to not disrespect them. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
And to
And I feel
understand
like,
when you can and can't talk to a child. Like I think sometimes people
yeah,
are trying to like talk to children when they're in an elevated state. And
yes.
when the
And
kid
it's
is in
like,
an
listen
elevated
to
state,
me.
like they're
Yeah,
not hearing you. They're like in their
exactly.
emotion. They're like they're
Yeah,
not there. So,
yeah,
and I think a lot of times is when people hear gentle parenting, they just assume permissive parenting and that the kids
yeah,
can just do whatever
yeah,
they want and I
yeah.
hate you, mom, and like whatever. Like that's not the case. And it's so funny because like a lot of
Yeah.
people who are like, oh, I don't like gentle parenting. Like I think it's stupid. Da 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 da. But then they see my kids and they're like,
Mhm.
oh, your kids are so well behaved. Oh, your kids are da da da
Oh,
da. And it's like, well, babe, guess what? We gentle parent, my love.
so here's the thing. We gentle parent, and my kids are, oh gosh, like taking them out in like, okay, can I ask you a question? And
Go.
how do you do, because like, oh my God, like my kids, they get into everything
Yeah.
and they ask, like they're very intrusive, like having the clerk baby, remember, at the store, because my kids think life is a Bluey episode. So they will ask you if they can use the gun, and you guys tell them yes, so they expect you all to do it.
I mean,
And you do.
I don't see the problem though. Like, where is the problem at?
Because I don't want my kids crowding other people. What if somebody's like, "Oh my God, get your little kid away"? I want them to be like
You cross that bridge.
nice little
You cross that bridge.
well-behaved children.
You
But
cross
they
that
don't do
bridge when it
that. They're not
happens.
like quiet little things in the store. My
They're
kids are like
children.
loud, and
Children aren't
they
quiet.
they oh my God. So how do you do the well behaved? Like, tell me, teach us your ways.
I mean I don't know. Like my kids are just that's just how they are. Like I mean, don't get me wrong. My kids, they're kids. Like I like for me like my kids being loud is not a problem, like, for me. So, like, they're children, and that's just what it is. Only time I get, like, nervous is when I go over people's house that I know, like, expect me to, like, or in my mind, right? They haven't, like, actually said these things, but, like, expect me to, like, whoop them. Or, like, expect me to, like, have a handle on them or whatever. Like, however they decide that should look like. Like, my kids express themselves. My kids tell me when they like stuff, when they don't like stuff. I don't force my kids to eat stuff that they don't want to eat. Like,
Yeah.
I try to accommodate my kids as much as possible. Some people think that that's stupid, and I don't. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think I need to be like what you said, my kid's first bully, even though, like, my personality is of, like, kind of mean girl, like, so I have to, like really reel that back in because
Mhm.
I find things funny that maybe other people won't find funny.
Uh-huh.
But I just try my best, and I allow my kids to be kids. Like, as long as my kids aren't, like, on the floor, which I would just say, like, can you please get off the
Mine
floor?
are.
Like, get off the floor. It's nasty. Like, it's dirty down there. You don't know when they cleaned it last. Like, I would just talk to them about that. Like, mostly my kids want, like, a toy when we go into the store. Like,
Yeah.
our biggest thing is, like, oh, can I have this? I want this. Can I have this? Oh, I want that. Oh, can I have this? And if
Do
they
you
do
guys
that,
give into it? Because
if it's just S dot,
I feel
yeah.
like we give
If
into
it's just
it.
S dot, yeah. Me, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, well, let's take a photo of it, and
Send it
then
to daddy.
we'll take a photo of it, and
Oh.
then we'll put it on the Christmas list or your birthday list
Aw,
or whatever.
yeah.
So, like, I'll literally get my phone out, take that little photo, show them, like, okay,
Yeah.
that's good. Okay, so we have it.
Yeah.
And then I also sometimes will tell them, like, okay, so we're going in here for X, Y, and Z. Like, I set
Mhm.
expectations before we go into a place. So they kind of know, like, yeah, we're not getting this. Yeah, we're not getting that.
Yeah.
But if S dot is
Oh my
there,
gosh. So
we
I'm
may
not
get
gonna
some
lie to
things
you.
because it's S dot.
Yeah. That's how my husband is. But honestly, so we prep? I don't feel like we prep them,
Let's
which is
start prepping
probably
them.
mistake number one. I
You can try it,
because
see
I'm
if it
like,
works. I mean, it
because
may work, it
here's
may
the thing.
not. Like,
Absolutely. But that's what I'm like. I'm like, oh my God, like I don't think anyone has ever told me my kids were well behaved. And I'm like, I want that for me.
ah. But
I
I
want
also
that
don't
for
take my
me.
kids out a lot of places either. So there's that too.
Yeah. Yeah,
So, I
same,
mean, when I
same.
do go out,
Yeah.
sometimes my kids are like, and then, like, when we go to the park, my kids are just, like,
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. So,
Yeah.
like, I like to be in a park where one of the parks we go to is, like, enclosed in. So I feel
Uh-huh.
safer. Like,
Oh yeah. So they can't like run into the street or get into
no,
any
yeah.
danger. Yeah.
And then I'm
That's
always
nice.
like,
That's
one,
really
two,
nice.
three. Okay. One, two, three.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue my, like,
Yeah.
conversation if I'm with a bunch of people, like, I'm with, like, a group of people or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, the hardest part is when, like, the kids can't run around, right? Like,
Yeah.
when we're in a place where, like, the kids are expected to just, like, just sit there.
Yeah.
Or,
That's why
like,
we never take kids places like that because it's
well,
oh God, it
yeah,
would
like,
be a mess.
restaurants are, like, ridiculous. Like, it's always, like, something. Like, it's like it's a lot. It's a lot of pieces going on. So, like, if I'm not mentally there, I'm not going
Yeah.
anywhere. Like, F that. I'm not doing it
Yeah.
because I know if
Yeah.
I'm not regulated, it is not going to be
Yeah.
okay for me. Like, I have to be
Yeah.
regulated when I go out to, like, places like that. So just in case
Yeah.
they act however they want to act, I can feel like, okay. And then also remind myself that it's okay, and kids are allowed to have big emotions. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay if they have a
So
big emotion.
I just remembered this. So there was like a moment that was lost in translation between
Oh,
hubby and number two, right?
yeah.
So the I think one decided on one restaurant and the other decided on his favorite restaurant. Well, when he found out that we weren't going to his favorite restaurant, oh my goodness. So we went in as a family, we're hungry. Oh, he screamed at the top of his lungs, but honestly, we just kind of sat there and I mean, my daughter started screaming. No, she started like fighting number one over a red crayon.
Oh.
Baby, correct me if I'm wrong. and, and then, so number one, being, sometimes he's in this mood where he's in, and Belle can attest to this, but when he's in La La Land, where he's just like
Oh.
space cadet, and I love it because he's so sweet and innocent. But oh my gosh, so yeah, it was very interesting. It was yeah, yeah. I was literally like
I
eating my
mean,
food and drinking coffee.
sometimes like all you can do is just like smile. Or
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Yep.
sometimes like there's nothing really you can do. Like a kid's
Yeah.
gonna be a kid. Like if other people are upset
Yeah.
about that, like I'm sorry, this is a child. The jig is up. It's a kid. I know you thought it was like a midget, but it's not.
It's a kid.
It's a kid.
Oh my gosh. Uh,
Boop.
baby said yes, shaking my head. Ugh. Yeah, it was yeah, I'm quite sure if anyone who was in that restaurant saw us again, they would definitely remember us. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But it
yeah.
was good. I liked my food. I
That's
liked
good.
most of my food. I did. I liked most of it.
So there was like
And the coffee was good.
oh, I love when it's good coffee. Yeah, we went to one restaurant
Yes.
where like it was like mostly like older like white people. Because it was like a
Yeah.
diner or something, and they were like
Yeah.
obsessed with our kids. Like they were just like, oh, so cute. Oh, oh. So it's like, okay, weirdos. Let you about to pay for this meal. Get up out of here.
Yeah. Like, hey, what you got on my 40, homie?
Right? Throw some money on a cash app.
Right.
Or bye
Apple
bye.
Pay, biatch.
So you're paying for
No,
this
I
meal,
love
or
it.
are we your grandkids now? Hello.
Right. Listen, I would love to be adopted by like a wealthy, like older
Oh
couple.
my god, my
Like, hey, do
dream.
you need a granddaughter and a grandson-in-law and some great grands?
My
I
dream
got
is
them
that
ready
like
made.
there's gonna be like this old couple that like never had kids that are gonna like
Yeah.
meet me and Estat and be like,
Yes, and
oh my
fall in love
god,
with the family.
I
Yes.
love your family. I would love to gift you our home. And we'd be like,
So,
oh, that's so nice of you. We
so
accept.
I will say this. I had one of those, and baby, you can back me up here. I had one who like
I believe you.
completely fell in love with me and my family, and
It's gonna be your
yes,
sugar daddy
the no, no, no,
for the
no, no, no.
fam.
She was
For
a
the fam.
woman, and
She can still be a sugar mama.
she could be a sugar grandmama, a sugar
Ooh,
grandmama.
if you
But
will.
no, no, no. So the only reason why I did
Grandmama.
not, because I would meet her for lunch and she had this beautiful mansion and just the sweetest woman you could ever meet. The only reason why I felt I needed to cease it was professionally. She was actually a client of the
Mm,
law firm.
yeah.
So, but, and I mean, I just loved her so much. There was no way that I would, it just felt kind of slimy, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Also,
Well, have
yeah.
you reached
So,
out to
and
her
I,
recently at all?
so it's funny that you say that because she's pretty well known in where we are.
In the
So
industry?
yeah, she'll be very easy to find. And I would
Oh,
love, like, I
you
just, because
should.
I feel like
Like, just to
she
check on
knew
her,
when I
not
was
to, like,
pregnant.
take her home.
Right. No, 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 no. But it's so, let me tell you how like amazing she is. I remember she bought like all these gifts, baby, if you remember this, for number one when I was pregnant with him. And
Oh.
unfortunately, by the time I went ahead and just left after I had the baby and I'm like, yeah, can't do this anymore. She didn't see him. So because it
Hmm.
was pretty soon after, just a few months after I had him. So yeah, I would love to see her because she was just a real class act. She was just a
Aw.
real class act.
Well, I
And
hope
she
she's
taught me a
alive.
lot. I hope she is too because she was older. She was older, but she wasn't like decrepit. So if I had to guess,
It's
if
not
if I had
decrepit.
to guess, well, because my mentor, well, he wasn't decrepit, but my mentor from the law firm recently passed last year,
Aw.
and even though he was older, it was still hard. It was kind of it hurt in the feels a little bit when I
Yeah.
found out. So yeah, yeah, that
Oh.
was kind of sucky, but it was nice because
R.I.P.
I was able to catch up with the boys, his sons, and
Yeah.
show them pictures of like the kids and stuff. Like they didn't even I didn't have 3 kids when I left. I had a little baby, and now I have 3 kids. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's so.
yeah.
It's so
So
crazy to think
it is.
like even like thinking like, well, 5 or 6 years ago or 7 years ago, like I was
Yeah.
just me, and
Yeah.
like now I have like
Yep.
a whole ass family. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you know what? Because I
I'm a
think
cool mom. Just joking.
and not I'm a cool mom, not like those other moms.
I'm
But
totally like those other moms.
by the way, did you know the remake? Well, number one,
Is it
ew, but
musical?
did you know yes!
Yeah.
Da-da-da-da!
I didn't
Did you
watch it though.
did you see it?
No.
I
I'm
don't
not really
want
interested.
to.
I was
Me
excited about the
either.
Walmart commercial though. I thought that was pretty cool.
I don't think I
It had
remember the
everybody in it
Walmart.
except for Regina George. Yeah, Regina George was in it.
Oh wait, the
Look,
Christmas.
I don't know. Look up Walmart
Was it the
commercial Mean
Santa
Girls.
Claus?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think they had that part in there, but like if you look up
Did they?
Walmart
Because
Girls
I'm
or
kind of
Walmart Girls.
remembering like the Jingle Bell Rock performance. Okay, let's
Yeah,
see.
Walmart
Oh my gosh.
Mean Girls
So hubby's
commercial.
computer is so massive that the Mac is like this, and he has a 10 key, which I love, and I'm like,
A 10 key? Oh,
yeah. So the numeric, the 0 through 9 and number lock and all that jazz, the asterisk and all that.
cool.
Walmart, what was I looking at?
Walmart Mean Girls
I forgot. Thanks.
commercial.
Sorry.
La, la, la. It's a musical. Ew.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
wait, 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 wait.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is a musical.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
I love musicals. Let's be cool. I love a musical.
No,
I would love my life.
I
I wanted my life to be a musical. Like, I wanted to go to high school and people burst out in song and dance. And when they did it, I was like, ugh, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I want people to fight
no.
musically.
I don't like. No. Okay. I'm okay with musicals, but there are a lot that I'm like, didn't watch. But I really loved Blues, Big City Adventure. One of my favorite musicals,
I've never seen
hands
that.
down. I love it. It's
Blue's
good.
Clues?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved Grease.
Yeah.
Grease was, I think, my first musical that I watched.
I
Summer
liked
loving
Grease.
had me a
I
blast.
liked Grease too.
Oh, so
Sure
Grease
did.
2 was...
Sure did.
Oh, Crybaby! I did like Crybaby.
Yes, honey.
Crybaby was so good. Oh, my God. And then I
Oh,
liked...
is that with Johnny Depp?
Yes. And I liked...
Crybaby. I remember Crybaby.
I liked the Ricky Lake version of Hairspray. I did not
Yes.
like the other one.
Wait
But
a
the
minute.
Ricky Lake
There was another
version-
one?
Yeah, I had
The one
Amanda
with
Bynes.
Divine. The original. The one that John Waters directed, right?
You're saying words I don't know. All I know is Ricky Lake was in the Hairspray one that I watched, that I loved.
And so was Divine her mom?
Oh, yeah. Like, I think
Okay,
so. I
was
think so,
gonna
yes.
say,
Yes.
I'm
I
like,
think,
oh my god, I'm so confused.
I don't know that person's... I think I know who you're talking about,
Yeah.
but, like, I don't think I knew his name or her name. Their name.
Yeah,
I didn't know their name. So, yeah, so when you were just saying words to me, basically. So I was just like, those are words. Those are words, definitely words. I don't know what's
Like-
going on. But Ricky Lake,
English.
Yeah.
But I don't know what you're saying, bitch.
there's words here. I feel it. But yeah, so Ricky Lake version, Hairspray, obsessed, Crybaby, loved it. Grease, loved it. Grease 2, I was like, it's okay, but it ain't my jam. Grease 1, that was my shit. My shit. I would, like, we watched that over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I definitely wanted to be Sandy.
Yeah.
Loved it. And I loved Rizzo, too,
I like
though.
Chicago. Chicago was good.
Chicago was good.
I watched it for the first time with hubby that he loved Chicago. So, but before him, I'd never seen it, and I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, this is great."
Yeah, it was good. Like it was good, but I Grease was better for me. I
Well,
just
and you know what? I think
I
we
just
can
loved all the
say,
songs
in
of
your
Grease.
opinion, yeah, yeah, but I think you could say, in your opinion, that sorry. So, okay, I do this thing where I'm like incessantly chewing gum all the time,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Well,
I'm
it's
like, sorry.
I can't chew
That's why I'm
gum
like
because it makes me
piggyback from
so
the
hungry.
like,
Like gum makes me hungry.
oh my God, it makes me not hungry.
Oh, good for you. I'm hungry. If I
Yeah,
chew gum, I'm like, I could
you're
eat something right
hungry.
now.
Yeah, it
I
definitely
think it's
helps
like the
hurt my
chewing.
appetite.
I'm like,
Hmm.
but nothing's. I want food.
Like, get in my belly. What was that?
Pretty much.
Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Get in my belly.
My baby back, baby back, baby back.
That,
I loved
yeah,
Austin
rib.
Powers. I loved
Me too.
Austin
I did.
Powers. The first
I did.
one, the
Yes.
second
Yes.
one,
Yeah.
the third one was okay.
I don't remember.
The third one I think was Beyonce, and it was
I don't,
okay.
I never saw that one. I
But
never
like
saw it. So,
the
okay.
second one was
I
definitely.
love
I think the
Beyonce,
second one was
right?
my favorite one.
Here's the thing. I love Beyonce, but let's call a spade a spade. She can't act for shit.
I mean, I agree. I don't. I mean, I don't think she can act for shit, but I don't enjoy her in acting roles.
Listen,
I've
I'm
been
sorry.
never.
I listen.
She's never been
Listen,
in an
and you
acting
know
role that
what?
I
Maybe
enjoy.
maybe she does like better like in her bathroom with
Her
like a
music videos are
hairbrush,
great.
like acting out.
Her music
Her
videos are
music
great.
videos are beautiful. But yeah, okay, do you
Oh,
remember
I loved Burlesque, but
Obsessed?
Burlesque. Obsessed was horrible. I liked
Oh
Burlesque
my
the
god.
musical, but obviously it's Christina Aguilera, and it was like fucking amazing. But anyways, also
I'm
Obsessed.
like, is that where they remade Mulan or Lady Marmalade?
No.
Is that or no, that's Moulin Rouge. Never
Yeah, that was
mind.
Moulin Rouge. Oh my god, I loved Moulin Rouge. Oh my god, I was
I didn't see that.
so. Oh,
Yeah,
oh my god,
I never saw
I was obsessed. You have to watch
Burlesque,
that.
Moulin
I need
Rouge.
you to watch all of
And what
those.
else? What was the other movie? So we said Burlesque. So I'm gonna put that on my Burlesque,
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge, and
You've seen Crybaby. Uh,
yeah.
Grease.
I saw Crybaby.
Grease is what
I
I
saw
was.
Grease. I saw Grease.
We talked about Chicago.
I
You've
think that
already
was
seen
it.
that.
I saw Chicago. I think that was it.
And
I think so.
Moulin Rouge
Let's
and
see.
Burlesque. You
Burlesque.
definitely got to see those two. Oh, Moulin Rouge was so good. Nicole Kidman was so good in
So
that.
I was gonna say I do remember Nicole Kidman. Oh my gosh, did
And Ethan
Burlesque
Hawke,
have
I think.
Cher in it?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
It did.
I still haven't seen it, but I do remember the movie
It
now.
was
So
so good. And it
Burlesque.
also had the girl who played Do You Want to Build a Snowman? That girl.
Oh, Edina something. I butchered
No,
it,
no,
but
no, no,
yeah.
no, no. The Anna one, the one that played Anna.
The singer girl?
No, she wasn't a singer. She's an actress, but she's the one that I think she married Dax.
The voice act.
Yeah, the voice
Uh-huh.
actress who played Anna in Frozen. She married
Okay,
Dax. I can't remember
was
what her name is though.
yeah.
But
Well,
she's in
the
it.
girl I was thinking about, I was like,
Is she
oh,
blonde?
because I thought she was an act. No, she had dark hair,
No,
and I feel
no,
like
that's
she's the singing
Tay Diggs'
voice
wife.
of Anna.
No, that's
Yes.
you're
Yep.
thinking
Yeah.
of what's the other girl's name? Anna and
The
what's the other girl's name?
the sister.
The Frozen, the one that's actually
Oh.
Frozen. It's not Anna, it's Elsa.
Anna.
Elsa.
Elsa. Yes.
The
Okay,
brown-haired
yes,
girl
thank
is
you,
Elsa,
thank you,
and
thank
that
you.
was Tay Diggs.
Yes.
Tay Diggs? Yeah, Tay Diggs' wife.
Yes. Yep.
And
That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah.
no, this girl
Okay.
is the one who played Anna.
I got my sisters mixed up.
Yes, you did, and she also married Dax, I
How do you
believe.
spell Mulan? Mulan Rouge.
Moulin. Mulan,
Okay.
I believe.
Moulin
And then Rouge,
Perfect.
like
Thank you. Like
R-
red.
yeah, like Rouge, I believe. Yeah, Rouge.
Or like
Like
not red,
blush.
because so does
Like-
that Rosa, but yeah, like blush. What is
Rojas?
red in Spanish?
Rojas?
Rojas.
Rojas? I'm like,
Rojas.
Rosa.
Rojas.
I knew a girl named Rosa.
Rosa. Rojas. I'm not,
A red
I
Rosa?
don't have the accent down. So, Rosa. Do you roll it? Is it like Rosa?
No, it's not a
How do
double
you
R.
say it?
Rojas? Oh, you mean Rosa? I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know. Never mind.
gotta-
I don't know. Don't even listen to me.
You gotta find a Rosa and then she'll tell you. I don't know. I can tell you my name.
Well, wouldn't your name be like in English though, or is it a Spanish name? I don't know.
No, it's not a Spanish name. Kiara is my name, and then like my Spanish speaking like family sometimes will be like Kiara.
Okay.
But that's it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's because like of like the pronouncing. I don't think it's pronouncing my name, but I don't know. But it'd be like Kiara.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's like my thing is as long as you
Thank
don't
you
add
for
letters to my name, I'm good. I remember I was getting like announced for some award in high school, and this guy was like Keyaria, and I was
Girl.
like,
Mm-mm.
"Where'd you get this
I
Z
have to
from?"
look at your name because I called you everything but Kiara. So
Well, most
the
people
way
do.
it's spelled,
The way it's
right?
spelled.
To me,
Uh-huh.
in my brain,
Okay.
phonetically,
See?
is Keyaria. And that's what I was called. Like when I thought of your name, I was like, oh, her name is Keyaria. For years, your name was Keyaria. So when you said that it was Kiara,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Well, I've had people say
but yeah,
like
it's the way it's spelled. The way it's spelled threw me off.
Keyaria.
Say
Because
again?
like my name is very musical, right? Like key like a musical key and aria like an aria, right? So like
Uh-huh.
people would always be like, "Oh, Keyaria." And I'm like, "No, it's Kiara." They're like, "Oh, well, it's spelled
Yeah.
wrong." And I was like, "Well, that's how it's spelled,
Well,
babe."
oh, see, no, come on. That's
I-
so dumb.
It's not about
But,
but
yeah.
it's like, yeah, like that's how it's spelled. Like, okay. And then like I used to
Yeah.
allow people to be like, "Oh, well, yeah, you could just call me this or that." Like I was like,
Mhm.
people have called me like Keeks, Kiki,
Yeah.
which whatever. I just don't like people adding letters to my name, like
Yeah.
Keyaria, like babe, like what?
Yeah.
Like
I
was
don't
it
know
in
where we got
cursive and you were
confused from.
confused? I'm like
Yeah,
so
that's what I was
confused.
thinking. Like maybe it was in cursive, and yeah, maybe it was like super. You know how like some
They're
people
like,
have, like
looks
super
like a black
gorgeous,
name in my.
fancy-
Oh my god! Like, well, I don't want to say my kid's name on the stream or whatever, but like they like changed his name, and like I'm like, what are you doing? They like
Wait, who changed
separated
his name?
like they didn't change, but like when they like saw his name, they like changed like how you would say it.
Mhm.
So it was just like, okay, just because we're black doesn't mean we said our like his name's not like that. It's like literally like
Yeah.
normal. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're doing too much right now.
Yeah.
Calm down.
And I would just be curious, like, how they pronounced it because, like, you know, looking at it. But then again, like, you know, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, looking at it, like, the way it's spelled, it looks
I
like
think
how
it's-
it sounds to
I
me.
think it's like they're like, oh, this is a black couple. This must be how they pronounce it.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
feel like people just
Yeah.
do that, and then because like
Yeah.
it's just frustrating too because like people just like assume you are something because like of what they visually see. So it's just like I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it is. It
But
is.
I also wish that like we didn't have those kind of things like at all on stuff, right? Like I don't think
Yeah.
like for job applications, for home applications, like why do you need to know my race or my ethnicity? Like what's the purpose, babe?
Yeah. Yeah.
My bank
I
loans,
agree.
like what's the purpose? Like how does that like let you know whether or not I can afford something?
Right.
Weird behavior.
I totally agree.
Or that I would be a good member to this workplace. And then it's like, oh, you know, to make sure we have a quota of people. And it's like, so why wouldn't you just have a quota of qualified people here? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Big eyes.
You know, I was just gonna say too, because like yeah, it's such a complex thing because like some days I'm like and then other days I'm like, I don't even have fight. And
Well, yeah,
you
like
know,
sometimes you don't have the capacity. Like literally, like if I'm gonna
yeah,
complain to someone, I'm like,
yeah,
do you have the capacity for like me to
yeah,
complain for a little bit? People are like,
yeah.
yeah. Like, I'm like, I just want to
Oh,
make sure because
yeah,
like sometimes you don't
yeah.
have the
You
capacity
know
for
what?
it.
I
Like
never even thought about that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
sometimes I
Oh, that's so
don't.
sweet. Yeah, but yeah,
So
you're right. Like, yeah, no, girl, life,
yeah,
life
when life be
sometimes.
life in, I don't have time for
When
your
life
life.
be life in,
Unless
like,
it's like unless you
girl.
like really need it and there's no one else,
Yeah,
like sometimes
yeah,
when my life be life in, I don't have the capacity for your life to be life in too. Like I really don't.
yeah,
I love you though,
yeah,
but unless I'm the only
yeah.
person you can talk to, like if that's the case, then I can muster it up. But like, oh
Absolutely. Like, we're gonna get through this together, and then I'm gonna go to sleep because it's also very exhausting being emotionally available.
it really is. It really is.
It
Like
is.
but you know what? Honestly, like I have like I have a little battery and sometimes I forget that I do like
Mhm.
that I can only handle so much and
Yeah.
because like that one time where I was like, oh yeah, we could, like the first time we were supposed to do it on Monday and I was like,
Mhm.
I cannot, like I literally don't have
Yeah.
the capacity for this, like even though I know I would
Yeah.
have fun once I got in it, like I was just like I was
It was
such like
getting,
a yeah, it
yeah.
was so overwhelming. I didn't know how I would react in it. Like I didn't know like if I
Yeah.
could pretend like I was
Yeah.
good or not. So I was like, I'm just gonna have to I'm gonna have to cancel.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. So that's like, well, okay. I will say this. I will
Say
say
it.
this. I used to, oh my gosh. So I was horrible at like keeping commitments. And like I tried not to do it on purpose, but just did not have the capacity, did not have the bandwidth.
Yeah.
And now it's almost like, because the people that I do make time for, I I've it's almost like I have such good relationships that I don't need, you know what I mean? Basically, what I'm trying to say is I've been keeping my word because I've been more selective of who I
Giving
give
your
my
time to
commitments to.
that's
Yes,
good. Yeah,
yeah,
that's really good. Yeah.
yeah,
And I agree. And like that's why like I do like at first I was like really like I didn't really want
hmm,
to do this because I was like, oh my god,
yeah,
like this is gonna be too much. Like it's gonna
yeah.
be like it's
And
gonna
and
stress me out more.
it's a lot though. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm actually glad that we're doing this. And then when
Me
you were like, oh,
too.
do you want to do
Me too.
2 days? I was like, this lady is tripping because like I could barely even commit to the first day. Like and now two? Oh
I
my
know.
god.
But like, so I'm trying to make fetch happen. Okay, I'm just trying to make fetch
Hey,
happen.
first of all,
And
we're not fetch. We're something else. Okay, like
okay, yes,
it's
yes, yes,
already
yes, yes, yes,
happened.
yes,
We're just trying to get everybody
yes.
on board with the
Yes,
happenings
you're
that's over
right.
here.
Yes, I like that better. Yes, yes, yes,
We are something, right? Like I
yes.
don't know what it is. I don't know if it'll be monetized or have like a proper like a monetary
Right.
value, but
But
I'm enjoying this. Like I'm having a good time.
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel I feel things that are good.
Yeah, and you want to know something
So
else
it's nice.
too? I also like how, like, we don't take ourselves too seriously. Like, I feel like we
I take
can
myself
come to the
very seriously.
show, the show, like we can come to this show. I don't. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. I don't. I'm just like,
Yeah,
yeah,
because
I'll
like every
embarrass myself. I don't
every
care.
time we get here, I'm like, what the hell are we gonna talk about? Like we're not like that time when you were not
And
here.
me,
I
I'm
was
like,
like,
that's me.
well, that's why it's good that we have both of us here because like when when you were gone, I was like, hi guys.
And I
And
bet you everybody was like, "What's up, Key? Hi!"
nah, they were like, hurry up, bish.
Woo, woo,
I'm about to click out of here. Figure it out. Figure it out.
woo. Right? Do something. Do something. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, luckily
No,
Estat
it
was
is
like,
fun.
talk about The Sims. And I'm like, no.
Yes. Yes.
Sounds like something I don't want to do.
No, speaking of Sims, I'm like,
They just
maybe
updated
I
it
should get
again.
back on it.
They just updated it
Did they?
again.
Okay, so I need to get my life. Yes. Because I'm not gonna lie, so Dreamlight Valley, Palia have been taking up all of my free time.
That's good.
And I haven't played my time at Portia or
Portia?
Mara, Summer at Mara. Oh yeah, it's these like Switch. Well, I guess they're not just on Switch, but I play them on Switch. But yeah, it's a my time at Portia. It's like kind of cool because it's like Dreamlight Valley, but you can like kill things. And then like Palia is like Dreamlight Valley, but you can like hunt. So it's like they all kind of serve their individual purposes.
That's good.
And what I like about my time at Portia is that you can like get married and have a baby. So it's
Oh,
like kind
so
of cool.
that's like
Yeah.
Sims then. Yeah, so that's cool.
It is. But I do feel like The Sims is like a class of its own. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's like a whole new stratosphere. Like, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think like someone was talking about Sims 5 maybe coming out sooner than like expected or whatever.
Sooner than they anticipated.
Yeah, so like I mean,
I don't know. Do you
that's
think it's going to be like a major update from 4 because they keep like updating it? Or do you think it's going to, just kind of be like maybe bigger or like more properties or.
I don't know. Like what I would like is I would like them to like look similar to like what they have now, but like
Yeah.
be more like Sims 2 where it was like there was already drama in the game. Like I literally could just go
Yeah.
into it and just like play however and like you know
Yeah.
so my storyline. But then it's so funny because so like there's people who make like saves
Yeah.
and I'll like download it and I'll try to play it and then I just get like so overwhelmed that like there's too much
Yeah.
story going on. So then I'm just like, what the heck do I want? Like I'm so confused.
Yeah.
So I don't know yet. But I have fun when I have fun and then but it's like
Yeah.
right now I'm like trying my best not to just delete my whole folder and start over again with like my mods and stuff. Even though I do
That is
have
pretty interesting that
Yeah.
you would do that because I
I
was thinking
do.
about doing that with Dreamlight Valley.
I
Just
just like
starting over.
I just delete everything. I get like
Yeah.
it's just so frustrating trying to figure out like what exactly is the problem. So I mean
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
can do this like people are like, oh, do like a 50-50 method, blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, that's cool,
Yeah.
but like no.
Yeah.
So
No,
I'll just
I'm
delete
with you.
everything and then I like slowly
And
bring
just
stuff
start
back in,
over.
but then I get like this weird like download everything. So like
Yeah.
I don't know, I literally have a
No,
problem.
speaking of all the downloads and stuff, so okay, I'm so ashamed to admit this, but I'm totally late to the game. But
Mm.
like the lashes and the skin texture and the like the mods,
Oh
like
yeah.
oh my, it's
I love
so
eyelashes.
intricate, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
they make them look so pretty.
I wish that I could like make mods because I feel like that's so
Yeah.
like so cool. But like I don't think I have the capacity for that. But
Yeah,
they
I'm quite
the
sure a lot
modders
goes into it.
like do so much, and I kind of wish that like
Yeah.
EA would work more with them, so that way like
Yeah.
they could either just implement that into the game or like
Yeah,
send them over like what they're planning on doing so that the modders can like have time to like fix the mods and like whatever.
yeah,
But yeah, because there's like so many things that like end up wrong with the game that modders like fix or like add more value to, and it's just like, oh, this would be so cool if it was already in the game. Like, and I didn't have to download a bunch
Yeah.
of things just to get that in
Yeah.
here. But then I get like
Yeah,
stuff and it's like too realistic, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is like taking forever.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of like the two realistic ones, there was like a split second where I was watching the Sims like dramas on YouTube.
Oh, I watched them. Yeah,
Oh.
there's one
Oh, honey,
like
they are good.
they are really good. Like there was one where
I'm like,
yeah, there was like Real Housewife ones that I started watching. Like so I had to stop watching one
Seriously?
because it just looked too awkward for me. I was like, oh, I can't do this one. But
Yeah.
like, there's another one that was like actually really good. But I don't think they've updated it in
Yeah.
a while. But yeah,
I was gonna say, like, because I feel like, was it the one where the basketball player had like the birthmark on his face.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes!
Because like I wasn't gonna watch it, but like in my
Yeah, me either.
in my
Me
group,
either, but I'm glad I
they
did.
kept like talking about it, like
Yeah.
oh my god. So I was like, what the heck are they talking about? I
Yeah.
was like, let me get up in here.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh wow. And then I'm just like,
Yes.
oh, this is good.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. I was like, honey.
Yeah, it looks like I feel like I'm
It was
watching like
good.
a
It was
really
good.
good like
Like
black
so
TV
like a like
show. Yeah.
yes. 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 And that's what I liked about it. Like the actors, like you could tell they weren't like white people acting black. Like you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like actual like black voice acting. Like yeah, it's
Yeah, they
cool. It's cool.
sounded like what you would think
Yeah,
that like
like realistic.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, man, I wish
That
I
is
could like
too
be a
funny.
part of that. That'd be cool.
I know that would be fun. That would be so fun. That would.
But yeah.
That would. Well, on that note, I think that's a nice little segue to end the show. I mean,
I'm
yeah, this
down.
whole show was a vibe. The entire show was a vibe.
Yeah, and I
For
didn't
real.
have any alcohol. Well, I had caffeine. So other than that, but I was getting
I had
tired.
caffeine, and I also had
A friendly.
but I also I do feel like I am gonna break only because I do feel like my tolerance is like, you know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah.
like, let me step back. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
I
yeah.
get it. I get it. But yeah, I think that was a
Yeah.
good little like that's good.
I think so
I think
too.
we're done.
Yes.
Thank you
I
for
think
everybody who
so.
came into our stream
Yes.
and like
Thank you so much,
supporting us.
guys.
We really appreciate you guys
Yeah.
coming in, even if it's just for a little
Absolutely.
bit, or even if you're just watching.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Next time, chat with us, please.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Absolutely.
And this is fun. We'll be back on Monday.
On
Oh,
Monday. Yes.
hot.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be back on Monday, 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern
10 p.m.
Standard
Eastern.
Time.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you guys
That
for
is
coming.
it.
And
Thank you. Good night. Have a wonderful evening, guys.
bye.
Bye.
Always, let me do that ending thing. Oh, I forgot. Bye.